just stay out there and keep looking, and I'm sure everything will be fine.
Right.
There won't be any issues at all. No, but a lot's going on. We've been able to see a bunch of great Dota over the past couple of days, and a hell of a lot more to come as well, as we're only just getting started. We can take a look at what the format for this entire tournament is. We're in a couple of different stages. As you can see, the play-ins happen to figure out, are you going to be able to make it to the group stage? Now we've seen what the group stage is, and we are well into that, trying to make it through all the way to the playoffs, and then, of course, that grand final. And here they are, the groups. We're getting the pleasure today of starting off with Group A. So our first match here on the stream is going to be Gaimin Gladiators facing off against Spirit, which should be an absolutely awesome match. Cannot wait for that one. But anything real quickly, if we can just stay on these groups for a second, that stands out to you, Trent? Is there a group that maybe you think is a little bit stronger? Maybe a group with some teams that could come in with some big over performances potentially?
Oh, I don't know. It's I'd say fairly even across the board. No one's like really standing out to me. That's how I'll say. Maybe you could say there's like some pretty big heavy hitters over on Group B. That does stand out a little bit to me in terms of people who have like already performed like pretty well, or like consistently known as like, oh, this is a team that can take anybody or knock somebody out. And on Group A, obviously you have Gaimin Gladiators, who's like the big standout. But then we have these other teams who are like, how will they do here? Like Quest, I think, is the big one. They've done really well so far. They made their way in, and they look solid. It looks like nothing has changed. So we want to keep an eye on them. And Evil Geniuses, they got to carry the banner. We got two big banner teams here. EG, trying to hold out for North America, and as Jenkins said on the mainstream, Shopify NA's last hope. Of apparently forgetting that TSM had also made it through the play-in stage. So Jenkins,
that's good.
He's keeping us on our toes.
Absolutely. I should just real quickly before we move on mention TSM looking good. I'll fully admit when I was coming into this, I was not a believer. I was feeling the noun supremacy after Bali Major, and they were going to be the next team to go up, and TSM were just going to be left by the wayside. But looking very good, and some nail biters of games from them. But we can talk a little bit about what these teams are playing for. It's going to be a big old prize pool. $5 million at the top. Can you imagine the fact that all of these players in like a week and a half's time are going to, like, one of them is just going to have like $5 million extra in the tank? That's craziness. That's an insane amount of money. And then some of the teams are going to be left with a little bit less. Already some of them out with the 50K. Still not bad, honestly, for a prize pool for 17th to 20th. That's crazy, man.
But more importantly, the title of champions of the ESL Pro Tour.
Yes.
So
absolutely.
Yeah, that's the big one there. These are our matches, though, here today. As you can see, if you've been keeping up with your numbers, match 1 will be the first one that we watch, and that's going to be Gaimin Gladiators versus Team Spirit.
Thank you.
Yeah, I have children, so bro, getting past 4 is a struggle.
Well, thankfully we don't have to today.
Yeah. That's where it is. But that's our big one, Gaimin Gladiators versus Team Spirit. Bit of a couple question marks here because neither of them have played so far. Since they're so good, they didn't have to play in the play-in.
That's a good point. Yeah, and then later on, the later one we have Aster versus Team Liquid. We're going to leave at that point that they're going to let a couple other fine gentlemen take on over for the EG versus Spirit match, and then Tundra versus Talon is going to be the last one. I'm very excited to check out the Aster team because I think that's a squad that I have some sort of high hopes for. I know that there's sort of been a mixed bag of results recently, but I believe it can happen, Trent.
You believe?
You know what else I believe?
What's that?
You know what else I believe?
What's that?
I believe we have a draft potentially that could be up in just a second here. It looks like we're just getting ready to hop into it. So pretty freaking cool stuff. The day is starting off right. We're starting off on I wanted to say a hot foot, but really it's the right foot, and we're starting off hot. We're coming in hot. We're coming in on a hot right foot.
Heated.
And we're into the draft.
You know who else is pretty hot? That Bat Rider. A little too hot, apparently. He's gone. Can't have him. And we don't want to see him around here anymore, alongside Broodmother. So keep nerfing, keep changing her. Yeah, we don't want to see these heroes here. So not really any big surprises here. Of course, if you're looking for heroes, well, we're in the land of heroes, I guess. But aside from that, we had some pretty interesting matches the last time that Aster and Liquid were playing. Obviously, we're going to get that matchup later. But did you see the Meepo and the OD? Because We actually had this interaction happen after I saw the Reddit thread where I was like,
Really?
and I went and I tested it. Yeah, and so they actually, Sumail played OD versus the Meepo, did the Astral, canceled the Mega Meepo. Pretty great, gotta say. What was the other hero that
Do you want to
does it?
reiterate? I mean, we were talking about that, but do you want to reiterate it out there for the people just as a reminder as to what that interaction is?
Oh, yeah. So basically, if you manage to make the Mega Meepo disappear, like if you target the main Meepo during a Mega Meepo, if they become hidden, so like if you're put into an Astral Imprisonment, then the Mega Meepo just falls apart. It ends. You end that big, annoying, frustrating ultimate. So that's pretty cool. And there's another hero that does it that I can't remember off the top of my head.
Shadow Demon.
Is that what it was? Was it just Disruption? That sounds way too easy.
I think
you're right, though. I think it was just Disruption.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Although, to be granted, if you're within disruption range of a Mega Meepo with Shadow Demon, you might already be dead.
That's fair.
But man, we've seen this before though. Gaimin Gladiators open IO first, so Team Spirit decide to give it to him. Want to take the Brood and the Timber out of the pool with Snapfire already banned. I'm assuming this is going to be just a straight up Lesh if they don't take it away from him.
Ooh. Well,
Yeah.
there it is.
Okay.
Yeah, not too shocking. Of course, I'm sure they have a plan for this, because this is definitely the best way to stop someone from picking IO Leshrac, is to thus take it. So let's see what their general ideas are. We've had this discussion before where it's like, there's someone on the team who's obviously extremely familiar with Leshrac when it comes to Quinn, so he's probably going to have some pretty good concepts and ideas of like what makes his game the absolute worst. And it's going to start with Razor, another lightning hero.
Wow. Interesting. I mean, in theory, it is kind of cool against Lesh. I wonder if you like go a nullifier build eventually on Razor to try and deal with the Lesh. That sounds kind of interesting. The thing I'm also very interested in is Team Spirit picking up the Elder Titan. Now, this hero did have like a little bit of a resurgence at Bali. We saw, I think I want to say it was LGD. It was one of the Chinese teams. It might have been Aster that was picking this in response to the. It was like Elder Titan Enigma or something.
Can I blow everyone's mind right now? Is everyone's
Tell
everyone
me.
hold on to your skulls, all right?
I'm holding on.
Grab on tight. It's about to get hazardous here. The last
Hit me up.
time the Gaimin Gladiator played Razor, it was 7 months ago.
Whoa.
Okay, want to guess what team it was versus?
What team was it against?
We want you to take a wild guess in the dark, my friend.
Team Spirit.
It was against Team Spirit. Now, would you like to guess
Whoa.
why they picked Razor?
Why?
It was because they
'Cause they
opened with
stole
Io
Lesh?
and they stole Lesh.
That's so awesome. Oh my god.
All right, so the time they did it then, it was a complete, 23rd pick, almost the very end of the draft. And they grabbed this Razor. But now, immediately they just grab it, 7 months later. Do they really have that?
I'm
Do
sure they
know?
do. I am sure they know that. That makes total sense.
Well, they did lose that game.
Oh, they lost with it. All right, well, maybe not then.
So it's time to find
Interesting.
out if it could work.
Right now, maybe it works better. So the thing that I was going to mention, though, is that this ET combo, it was something that sort of had risen up, but I'm looking through the Team Spirit games, and they haven't played ET in 4 months. So this is maybe some new tech. Maybe it's something that they're hypothesizing as an answer to the IO. But overall, a hero that's kind of been hit or miss, and I feel like more miss than hit, particularly if people are kind of just picking it because it's the new flavor of the month.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting more teams to practice ET coming into this tournament.
Right.
I feel like he is looking pretty strong. I think the issue is that prior to this, before Undying got hit again, I mean, honestly, Undying still seems really strong. I'm kind of surprised he's not getting more attention. But just the pool of fives was so strong that I think it was a little less tempting to practice and get your ET ready. But yeah, I mean, it's AoE control versus the IO, so that feels pretty nice. You're hoping to get both heroes. I think the Shard is looking more and more useful in terms of just ensuring that you're really focusing on getting the armor aura. Ever since they made that change where they separated the aura on the two individuals of the ET, it has been a bit tougher, especially to hardcore counter the Agi heroes. So we'll see if we get some good use of the Shard.
ET really got done dirty. That patch he came out, he was looking good. It was like one patch in 7 years where ET was getting played a bunch, and then they're like, nah, you can't have this. Just got rid of him.
And then they killed the refresh on the when you called it back. Nah, that was a good one too.
It's not very nice.
You can still send the spirit through the gate. so that's cool.
Right.
Yeah, that still works. I've tested that still. I thought for sure that was going to get patched. There's left in there. No, it's cool. Global Spirit just like coming across the entire map, trying to get as many creeps as possible.
Should also mention that with this now stacking meta, ET feels very good for that, and Team Spirit just going to drop the Lion on him. Okay. So we have our support combination and answer to try and blow up either the Io or the Razor, to be honest, before he gets BKB. A lot of magic damage and magic damage amplification coming out from Spirit right now.
Whenever I see line picked, I just picture like the line dance. You know, it's kind of like the Dino dance in chat now. You know, that's basically if there was any hero that's doing the Dino dance, it probably is Lion. So
what is that from?
What is the Dino dance? What do you mean? It's I don't know. It's from chat.
Okay, all right. No. I guess how do these things happen? Who's to say? Underlord gets taken now. Get yourself a pipe hero. Let Ace do Ace things.
Let him cook.
I'm feeling interesting feelings right now, Trent. Can I tell you about them?
Please do.
Okay. The feeling I'm feeling is fear. Fear that these fights are going to go for a very long time. And I don't know what's going to happen at the end of them. Uncertainty brings me fear.
Hey,
Can
know
you
what?
help me with this fear?
Well, I can tell you what Underlord is afraid of. Afraid of Rubik.
What's that?
That's always been like his worst matchup. Look at that. Just taking it together. All right?
Okay.
So they're quelling the fear over here on Gaimin Gladiators. Making sure the Underlord's going to have a good time. Because it's not very fun when Rubik steals your spells and does 1 billion damage. Remember that patch when he came out and he was like one-shotting people when he stole it? That was very funny. That was a great couple of hours.
Insane. For Underlord.
Yeah, because Underlord was just one-shotting, and so the counter was to pick Rubik so that you just had an even more broken version of the bug.
Yeah, that was silly. Thankfully, that did not last for too long. No, I hear you, though, on the Rubik answer for the Underlord. And, I mean, Team Spirit are flexible enough that they could have put that ET into a core role if they wanted to.
Well,
for now, though, they're going to go back for the Drow.
Maybe that's
bully the Underlord.
Maybe that's the thought of the Underlord and the ETs. If the Meepos come out, they're both ready.
That's a good point.
There you go. The precursors to the Meepos that have been popping up everywhere. That is nice, though. Yeah, Underlord lane, not looking so hot. Getting walked down by Drow, kind of a bad experience.
Huh. Can I tell you, though, I remember, I mean, I guess that this was the Wraith Pack time of days, when you would just, like, pick Underlord into Drow, and you didn't care about the bad lane because you'd get Crimson Guard Wraith Pact and, you know, Guardian Greaves or whatever. I still think with Crimson and Guardian Greaves and then having natural Underlord aura, Drow's not going to be doing that much damage for a while in this game.
There's also the threat of if there's another hero that can like really get in there. I mean, a lot of them are banned. I'm kind of curious as well. Because it kind of feels like it would be solid for Duraccio instead. I feel like we're probably getting a different Quinn hero, but I also think they would have been pretty comfortable picking Quinn's hero that early. But maybe they were worried about like potential Leshrac flex and stuff, so...
Yeah.
They might also just keep it open. Maybe they'll get some hero that can kind of do a little bit of both, like a little bit of safe lane, a little bit of mid, something like that.
Right.
They're gonna cover with some classic Quinn heroes that would do what we're talking about, right? Is like getting into the fight. I think with that being the last goal, based on the heroes that Team Spirit have, it's probably more likely we're gonna find a Quinn hero here.
Ooh, what about Sniper? Do they have enough heroes that go in? You can just outrange the Drow?
That's who we played the last time in this matchup.
Is it really?
Yeah, and when they played against them with this whole Razor versus Leshrac thing, it was a Quinn Sniper.
Dude, let's go. That'd be amazing.
But the full run back from the 7 months ago Christmas show. I guess Void Spirit still in is one of the ones you could opt for. I really do think that's all they need is just like getting in. Looks pretty solid. But then again, you're also versus a Lion, so if there's anyone too frail, it's kind of scary.
I'm excited. This feels like a very even draft as long as Gaimin Gladiators don't get off to a quick lead and then get BKBs quick. What?
Ooh,
The
all right.
Racha Sven?
We're getting the Quinn Razor. He's coming in.
Oh, interesting.
So,
Dude, I mean, even more armor and stuff, too.
yeah, this has been a classic pick to Drow ever since she got the armor-piercing ultimate. Just this idea of she has the ability to pierce through all of your basic armor, so Warcry helps circumvent that by giving you all plus armor that she can't just cut right through. It's also really good versus ET for the same logic, as he's going to get rid of base armor. So, yeah, this is a lot of defense for the squad. Thankfully, Edict is now pure, so, you know, at least they have some damage that's going to get through.
I mean, that's really my biggest concern right now is that I feel like they are not going to have the damage that they need. ET does do some interesting things with damage, though. I wonder if there's any way you could, like, pop that to core so that way he can, like, stand in the fight and survive. I just don't know if that's going to happen, though.
Have they been practicing the Gabby offlane Winter Wyvern? I mean, I know he didn't invent it. He just played it earlier this tournament.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Razor Underlord Sven. That's kind of hype.
Yeah.
It's like and versus Io. Man, this is kind of like a god tier Wyvern game. And you'd be a ranged hero with the melee 4 of ET if you play it in that setup.
That does sound kind of cool because I feel like offlane Wyvern has like weirdly a lot of damage.
Yeah, it's universal now. What else would Collapse play? I mean, obviously we think Collapse, we think like Mag, but it's not the best Mag setup.
No,
That's all gone. That was gone immediately. I feel like the Bat is the #1 ban versus Team Spirit because of like we've seen Collapse own and Laryl's also very good on the hero. Oh yeah, well obviously if there's so much armor, we'll just pick Core Ogre.
Okay.
It's Ogre.
I mean, I'll say this. I think Collapse is one of like the most dynamic, amazing, high MMR, like sick players in the world. And y'all just gave him an Ogre. Like, what are you doing? But at the same time, maybe it's awesome. Who knows? It could be kind of cool.
It could.
Bloodlust for Drow? Sure. Why not?
Dude, this Leshrac is looking wild. He's got a crazy hat and everything. All right.
He does.
Have we seen any Core Ogre in a while? I have not been privy to it, I'll say. But benefits, yeah, it's a lot of magic damage. Doesn't care that much about some of this armor bonus that we've been shouting about. The pipe, it is a lot of spread damage, too, coming out from Team Spirit now. Because, like, getting pipe doesn't feel that incredible. I don't know, it's like you get the cure. But there is Leshrac, there is Ogre, so... The thing is that Underlord's always just happy buying all the auras anyway, so it's not like it's one of these offlane heroes who's like maybe they only want to get one aura and then they need mobility items. Underlord, he'll just keep gobbling up auras, so having mixed damage isn't that effective versus him.
Yeah, I think that this is going to be a really interesting time, and I'm worried about Team Spirit's damage, but maybe there is something there with the Core Ogre that like we're not seeing. Maybe he gets a Midas and just gets like mega farmed and buys Dagon E-Blade.
Oh, it's coming.
There's a chance. But yeah, I really like the composition of Gaimin Gladiators draft. It feels like I understand it. Team Spirit, a little bit wacky, but maybe wacky's good. You know?
Maybe. We're going to find out. I mean, he just really wanted to empower. That's it. And he was like, I can't play Mag, so I'll just Bloodlust. That's the play, I guess. You're right.
All right. I like that. Well, we'll see what ends up happening. Gaimin Gladiators coming in game 1 against Team Spirit. A tough competitor to fight right out of the gate in the beginning of your group stage for Team Spirit. But likewise, maybe Gaimin Gladiators, they're coming in a little bit too confident. Maybe Quinn's just going to walk down mid. Who knows? So we're gonna get right on now into this game here. Game number 1. Let's do it.
I can guarantee.
Oh, there he is. He's walking down mid already.
Yeah, it's over.
Can end. Thanks. No, so blood grenades brought out for a couple of these guys. Get some early wardage, and we'll see where everybody goes to.
Is that the proper term? Wardage?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
That's good.
It's like wattage.
Oh, all right.
What do I need to see? I think the other question I have is just about the laning stage and how they're going to try and set this up. It looks like Ogre Lion together against the Duraccio Io, so they probably get away with that, maybe even do a pretty good job.
30 seconds to battle.
Yeah, I'd say so. It's, I mean, generally not great for a lion in a lot of situations, but when paired up with the Ogre, seems pretty solid. Just like stun, into a little bit of slow action there. Probably going to be maxing out Ignite, I would imagine.
Right.
Hard to imagine another build. I mean, it's definitely possible ever since they made the changes to the percentages and stuff, that like having the guaranteed double, basically guaranteed. That's very nice.
Mira. Oh, he got it! Nicely played. Team Spirit with 3, but Mira, he is going to give up his life. Who did they give the last hit to? Duraccio. Easy peasy.
Good luck, have fun after the first blood. Come on, guys.
That's how they go. And the little tippy tip Maposhka. That's big. That's some mind games right there, you know.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to this whole Razor versus Leshrac, because that he just does not care about this link. So you know what? Honestly, it doesn't last that long. I always get the right idea here.
Right.
He just absorbs it, ensures that he's getting a CS the whole time. Quinn currently, so by the time he actually has a chance to last it, he's lost the bonus. Quinn still 0, zilch, nil. All right, 0-1. We're gonna stay here until Quinn gets a last hit. Oh no!
I'll keep an eye out.
Don't leave!
Keep an eye out.
Oh!
Are they doing it? No! That's not what you want to see right there. All right, he's good.
That's NA's best, baby.
It's interesting because those buffs in the last patch, which I wasn't fully anticipating, but more damage on the Lightning Storm too makes this matchup like even a little bit worse than it used to be. So, you know, Laurel getting some good value out of this Lesh, and Quinn not really able to stand toe to toe with him through the first wave. It looks like.
Yeah, it's surprising how he's able to just like stand so tall on this Lesh. Not what I would have expected.
Right. Maposhka, in the meantime, going to try and beat down on Tofu a bit, forcing him all the way on back. One cost of a Fade Bolt there, and Team Spirit seeming to do well in these lanes here.
Yeah, this is a classic versus Rubik. You want to force that Fade Bolt, right? That's the goal. Just like, because Tofu doesn't want to throw it on you. He wants to like rage creep.
Quinn?
Oh.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, I was joking about going down mid. Man, big hit. And Laurel now picking up those runes as well. I mean, that's going to be double water rune for him, shoving this wave underneath the tower. This is a tough time.
Yeah, he's getting bopped. He's doubled up on in terms of CS right now. Starting to catch up with a couple there, but this is not how you want your game to start, especially when you're already onto a Razor, right? Certainly a snowball style hero. Well, there was one thing that I was used to talk about with Razor that I've told you before. That was stealing stacks. This hero, great at stealing stacks. Early movements, great at also farming stacks. And we are in a stack meta, so I'll be curious to see just how much that plays a part into this one, especially if you're having a rough start, because your team might be beginning to consider that.
Oh, absolutely. Well, you can see that, you know, already trying to move on in and contest him a bit. Quinn getting the treatment there mid, but is going to be able to catch back up over the next couple of minutes, most likely. We'll see if they do decide to build up some of those stacks as time goes on. For now, at least, taking a look at the CS, it's really only the Drow that's a little bit behind. Sven having a very good time down bottom.
And then you're imagining that Quinn probably going to get a couple levels into the Storm Surge, because get a little bit of speed going. There's basically like two different builds that we've seen lately, because people have been trying this hero a little bit more. He's being spammed mid, spammed carry, even a couple offlaners in there. So I guess that just means people are wondering, like, hey, is Razor kind of busted? Some people go for the early point in the passive, some don't, but I like this earlier point. And then the question is, do you want to keep it just as 2 for the static link for the value? or is there some value in maxing it or on the earlier end here? The only problem is he's kind of got like that old Venomancer problem of you really want to like double up on everything. You want like almost like a 2-2, like 1 style build. It feels kind of ugly. Like he doesn't have a strong enough spell unless the matchup's really good to just like go 3 points into Link without it feeling like terrible at times.
Right.
But we'll see. He might feel like he can actually bully a little bit because if you take the Storm Surge passive, you're kind of assuming that you're hoping to get the most out of Link in the earlier parts of the game, I would imagine. So
right.
Maybe you get a rotation to mid, you slow down Laurel, you get that big damage. It feels very tense. Like I feel like his decisions and the next play for Quinn is really important because like the CS started rough, he's already died. So yeah, I'm very curious to see how they want to play this one out.
Yeah, no, definitely. A little bit of a pause there. It looks like we're back underway and actually moving right on to Dyrachyo. They're getting some good damage out. Dyrachyo in trouble, and Mira does end up going down to Celery. Dyrachyo's still sticking around and deciding to turn onto Collapse. Can they get him fully for the kill? Big plays. Nicely done.
Wow, that was so sick, actually. Because, like, Collapse, it looked so close to getting Dyrachyo, but Celery just gets the full focus onto Mira. Takes him down first, and yeah, that is definitely a little bit of redemption here. That's 3-1 then, with that double kill coming up for the bottom.
Yeah.
And then, of course, by now, the CS is fully evened out in this mid lane. And Quinn, he's actually just holding the point still. He's not sure what he wants to do.
Yeah, waiting to see what he needs in this lane here. But he is now top of the CS, and, you know, as you said, after those couple of kills, all of the team on the side of Gaimin Gladiators are leading the charge here. He's going to get a link into a...
Yeah, he took the third point, too. He was like, oh, this is my chance. Takes the third point, goes for it, gets stunned. Big play there from Laurel. Huge because that also puts him at level 6 now, so it's way more threatening if he wants to try and go for a dive.
Oh, Miposhka underneath the tower. It's pulled back in. It's going to take a couple shots on his way out. He's just farming it up in the meantime. And it looks like they're actually bringing Dyrachyo all the way over to try and secure runes. Mira's over here to the side. He's going to throw out the stun. Dude, they brought their carry to come and help them try and secure the rune. And, well, it is going to spawn down bottom. Laurel misses on that stun, but the stomp from Miposhka, that's going to keep Quinn alive for the moment. And now the turn back onto Tofu, seeing if they can kill him off. Fairy Fire, dodge away. Will it be enough? No. So they take down Tofu. Quinn, in the meantime, it's a little bit of harassment there from Mira. And when all is said and done, nobody really gets a rune of value.
Just getting that raindrop knocked off, huh?
Yeah.
But, I mean, Collapse gets some value, that's for sure. He just gets to chill in the lane for a little bit by himself. So somewhat unexpected at this earlier part in the game for that to occur. That is the power, I guess, of like pushing out the lane a little bit actively down bottom. Like it's not like Dyrachyo was doing that thing where you like hold the points, you don't take the cleave. They were kind of just like swinging away and then moving, and then coming back to the lane, farming it out. Look at this bullying back on this ogre. I did not think they would get that kill.
Oh my god! Just ran him down.
Yeah, I kept expecting him to stop. Oh, Quinn, speaking of being run down though.
Oh no. Yeah, that's a lot of heroes in. Fairy Fire, Raindrop, back up again in a second. But Miposhka has the clicks, so no rotations available. Means that Quinn gets brought down. They are going to rotate over, and it looks like it's going to be a Stolen Wisdom Rune to make up for this.
That is nice.
Nope,
but,
never mind.
It's already been taken. Yeah.
Yeah. Mira was there.
Miposhka also found a ward, I think, based off of the last tower hit that got him, too. Or they might have just seen it get placed because he immediately went deep ward and off sentry combo that GG had in the mid lane too. So that's going to limit their control on that bottom rune.
Right. Yeah, interesting. Well, only 1,000 gold separating these two teams right now. Very even. It looks like Mira's going to try and build up some stacks, and likewise Tofu doing the same. So as you talked about, this could be one thing to watch for, is are there going to be any potential stolen stacks? Obviously, both sides can take them really effectively here, and actually Celery gonna get caught while he was trying to stack up, and that's a free kill.
Dude,
or also gain the illusion.
Yeah, he even brought the weight or the creep camp down too. Like,
yeah,
they got some alpha wolves there. That was pretty hype. Yeah, the stacks are kind of crazy this game. Everyone can just farm stacks, pretty much.
Yeah.
Except for Ogre.
Right.
He's like the one core that doesn't get in on this action, but everybody else pretty good at it.
Look at him. Look at Laurel. He knows what he wants to do. Ace is here too, though. This is dangerous. But now they find Laurel, and they're going to move right in for it, but a great stomp comes in. Dyrachyo trying to make up for this. They brought everybody on Gaimin Gladiators immediately, and it looks like Mira is going to go down. But a big rotation for that, and only the one kill. We'll see if they can get anything else of value.
I feel like Collapser is sitting here like, why am I playing Ogre, dude? If I was anything greedier. Like, I'm getting so much... Yeah, he's got run down twice, but he's also getting a lot of just, like, freedom. Lots of early XP and pretty good last hits, and he's Ogre. I mean, I guess you're going to get a Midas because of it, so that's pretty sick.
Right.
Ace is going to start on one of those giant stacks that everyone was just fighting over.
Yeah, this will be nice for him. Get into these items, and I want to see what type of build he's going for. He's queuing up the phase boots right now, but that probably is going to dictate a lot of how Gaimin Gladiators want to play the next few minutes.
I assume it'll just be like the Thanos gauntlet, but instead of gems on each one, it's just auras.
Okay,
you know,
got
so
it.
he's going to collect all the aura of Infinity Stones.
Yeah,
I've never watched the Marvel movies.
Are you really not?
I've seen I saw the first round, and then they just kept going.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think I
They
made
never
it
stopped.
to the first Avengers.
You know what's like kind of sad?
Tell
That
me.
like probably your grandchildren are still going to be watching Marvel movies. It's going to outlive you.
It's gonna be a tough one. Yeah. Gonna sit down with the kids in a couple years after watch those, huh?
Yeah.
Yo,
I know.
first Iron Man though, that one was pretty legit.
That was
I mean,
legit.
First round were real good.
Well, back to the world of Dota.
The real
We'll get our
heroes.
movie soon. Don't
The
worry.
land of true heroes.
Absolutely.
We're getting a
Oh,
movie now after the anime.
I'm feeling it, man. It's happening.
Can we have John Malkovich as Razor?
Okay, I like that.
I feel like he
I've-
would handle
I've heard
that character
name.
well.
I've heard that name. I mean, we've got voice actors already, right?
That's true. I thought you were going for like a blockbuster style here, though. You know, like Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, like a live action.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Who would
yeah.
play Ogre?
I don't know. That
Alright,
would be
we-
a tough call.
We got to hold off on that because Gaimin Gladiators.
We would need
getting
two
ganked here.
people because they're both heads.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh, we could get like Jay and Silent Bob.
I like this. Yadro gets away. Nicely played. All right, so who's the... Oh, it's actually just them, those actors. Yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't remember what
Alright.
Jay's name is. So.
Yeah. Kevin Smith's name is not Silent Bob. just
No,
for the
no,
record.
but I don't know what Jay's name is. All right, Ace
All right.
is pushing the top tower. A team of 3 pushing the bottom tower here. It is a 3K early lead here for Gaimin Gladiators. And nobody really did any major stack thieving in the night here.
No.
There's the Midas.
It's ready. I mean, I think that the stacks being just taken by Gaimin Gladiators is why we're seeing this 3K gold lead. The other ones on the side of Spirit haven't been taken yet, so that could be an avenue for Gaimin Gladiators to go in and steal them. But it feels like they're just pretty comfortable with the pace of this game. I think they're like, y'all got an ogre. Like, we don't care about anything.
Yeah, but he'll become so powerful from Midasing. That's what my ogre players keep telling me.
Okay.
Position 5, position 3, you know?
Fair enough. All right, well, a good job so far of Gaimin Gladiators sweeping across the map, taking out the mid tower now. They're starting to just exert their will a little bit on this, and still waiting for what the timing's going to be on Team Spirit. Laurel went Yules. Is not gone for that early Bloodstone.
Yeah, it'll come out next, but a little bit of combat, right? Pretty solid item, too, versus these heroes, like versus the Razor, versus the Sven. Just that one little brief moment can save you in so many situations versus either of them. So,
Yeah.
be it using them or even just using yourself. I do have an update. There's actually a drow in this game. I know many of you probably aren't aware, but Yadro is farming. Unfortunately, he's the lowest core despite being 0-0-0 and having 92 CS. And you're probably wondering, that's crazy, because that's a lot of CS, to be honest. Like, the Lasses are kind of fine. It's not, like, it's not the greatest game ever, but it's also not someone who's been bullied a whole lot. He hasn't died, but he's been forced into the shadows.
Yeah, hiding away. Look at this, though. This big rotation down bottom. with the gate. Ace is going to come on through, try and chase down Mira, while on the other side, they're finding this fight on to Collapse, seeing if they can kill him off. Dyrachyo right on top, kills him dead. Lion already died on the left side of the fight, and then they relocate back to mid. I mean, super efficient fights to take, and Drow is not really keeping up in the farm wars.
It feels like ever since they initially brought Dyrachyo and Celery to that bottom rune, they're just at every fight. Like it's everyone's just always there. You know, it's that's the goal that you're hoping for when you're playing an IO draft alongside an Underlord. You don't have to do it this much in terms of like we're constantly there at every single fight, but it does present a very strong front of just like. Why would you ever want to fight now as Team Spirit? It just looks like you're going to lose every engagement. But then they get back to farming so fast in Gaimin Gladiators that it's very difficult to find the correct answer for them. Like, how do they actually push another objective right now as Team Spirit?
Right. What's the timing that they're trying to fight around? Because it's like God strength, kind of, but, that's 100 seconds. It's not that long of a timing. When Fiend's Gate is down, maybe. But yeah, you mention it. Always willing and ready to fight. Now, they are going to try and come and invade this area again. This is where, as Miposhka's dewarding, this is where they got found out at before by the combo. Mira runs right into Dyrachyo, but really nothing that he can do. Just has to walk away. So, Team Spirit looking a little bit discombobulated at the moment.
It doesn't even bother dropping a ward. He's too worried about it getting taken out. So they're not going to have any way to perhaps stalk Dyrachyo, find some sort of pick onto him. And now they are threatening with relocate. Laryl is moving up and towards the vicinity of Quinn and Celery, but they're not going on any big mission right now. They also have their own defensive ward on top of the mines. Give them an idea if anyone's like cutting through the back. See if they can backstab them a little bit there. Yep. Thank you.
Well, this next couple of minutes here, I feel like it's going to be pretty interesting because, again, you have a Sven that's about to have a BKB completed. Crimson Guard is already done for Ace, so Drow really does no damage. I'm very concerned for when these BKB comes out. I mean, Spirit already can't fight. What the hell is going to happen when the BKBs are there?
I don't know. That's a great question. I mean, there's a Sanjin Yasha now as they're finally getting within range of Quinn, but if they initiate here, I don't know. It doesn't even look like there's much hope of a kill. They also have the backup of Tofu nearby. Of course, Ace will have the Fiend's Gate. He can be there too. And for once, Dyrachyo is just saying, I don't actually want to be the next fight. I'm just going to farm for a while.
I mean, this is so many stacks that have been taken at this point. He stacked his own Ancients on the left side too and then took them out. Like, his farming is out of this world. 10K net
okay, now look at Yadro hitting
16 minutes.
Yeah. Look at the Drow. Look at the Drow hitting Ancients.
it's so sad. It's like...
yeah. Ooh. It takes so much longer.
I mean, he's trying to get towards an Aghanim Scepter. I mean, we'll see how Yadro does, but this is... The farm rate is not... It's just not the same.
It's slightly different, I gotta say.
Again, the X factor that we're going to be looking for in these fights, it feels like, when they eventually happen, is going to be ET. But if this happens, if Miposhka gets found right at the start, there's no way this ends well at all. So they take down the Elder Titan quick and easy.
I feel like Drow is just like a hard-working, honest hero, and I feel like Sven he's got some PEDs. Like, he's not passing any drug tests, you know? You look at this guy, that God strength, that's not natural, you know?
No,
Drow, she's over there with precision and skill and hard work.
Right.
And where does it get you, huh? Second last on the cores. The only core lower than you is that dumbass guy who came along, who's the Midas Ogre. This guy.
Poor guy.
That's the guy you can beat without cheating.
Exactly. Well, I will say, Yadro, he's going to have his own little solid inflation here for a farm with the Drow Ranger having the Aghanim Scepter done. We'll see if it ends up working out. I mean, again, this is only really scary if Gaimin Gladiators take like full advantage and close out the map right now. If Team Spirit can keep farming for another 20, 30 minutes, they're going to be in a good spot then. But
just how I love my strategies.
We'll see if Gaimin Gladiators give him that opportunity.
Nice. All you have to do is just multicast 4x the Scythe later on, and life will be good. Right?
Yeah. He's going Halberd, which is kind of interesting on Collapse. It's a great item against Razor.
Yeah. And obviously Sven too.
Oh yeah.
The melee heroes you don't feel too bad about. Since he doesn't have, he's got those little brief moments to work through with his stun and everything.
No, but we're big chilling here for a bit. And just trying to have them split the map as much as possible. But yeah, Ogre Midas, they did just now finish the Bloodstone on Lesh. So more ability to stay in there. And there's some stuff here, maybe.
That could be huge because they're going to go Roche soon for Gaimin Gladiators. So they just finished Sven's Blink. I assume once they finish these camps, they're just going to start setting up for Roche. Maybe not because they're going to be too late.
Right.
That might be the one thing. They might have to... unless they're just going to immediately start setting up for a Radiant Roche. But like to me, once Blink comes out on Sven, the immediate goal is just go Roche. Because I just want to get Aegis. I want to move on to the enemy side of the map. And I want to start getting all these tier 2s knocked down.
All right, Ogre's dead. This is the easy kill that they're looking for. Pulls him back in. Wait a minute, though. Hold on. Now, they were holding off on all their big relocate abilities, but Collapse is going to get found, and yeah, they bring numbers. That's enough for a kill. And do they decide to go Roche on bottom, or are they just going to keep chasing? I mean, Quinn wants to go in for the battle, finds Laurel, links him up, the Yule Scepter immediately to disengage. They use the Fiend's Gate, but Dyrachyo blinks to the side, finds Miposhka. He's getting controlled, but they still have the hero they need to. Laurel is caught. Laurel is dead. Yadro now trying to escape, but they're going to have the lift. Pulls her back in, slowed down. Yadro in trouble, going to die. So suddenly, 3 go down. Dyrachyo blinks forward, can't quite get onto Mira, but who needs a Roche? Just kill them all.
Dude, how did you get that blink out of that? That was crazy. Thought Mira was dead for sure, or at least supposed to get a lot of damage. Moments there. There were moments where it almost felt like something. Sven isolated with 2 supports and Drow hitting, but it's just not enough yet. Like you have the eggs, but it's not quite there. He's kind of huge, and obviously, taking a fight with the BKB made that feel pretty good. But yeah, it's Roche time.
For sure. Yeah, they are ready to go. Maybe they
sorry,
go and take
it's Wisdom Rune time. Yeah.
Oh, Mira, get there! Oh, all right. Pyrrhic victory. Mira going to get out too. That's what you want to see. Do they try and take the Tormentor? They're thinking about it. They're gonna back out first. Go get the tower.
Yeah, no BKB quite yet. Take the easier objectives first.
Team Spirit, maybe wanting to take this fight. Kind of bold, walking up the cliff. Walking up the cliff, right into Laurel, looking for the stun. They connect on it too, but do they have enough damage to burst through the rest of them? Celery taking a lot, but heals back up to full. The silence onto both of them. The fight a little bit separated now. They move back in with 8s. Miss on the stun, but Quinn down low. It's Force Staffed away. Finger of Death almost dead. Quinn falling lower is gonna die. This fight is actually working great for Spirit, but can they get away? Miposhka trying to dodge from Dyrachyo. Dyrachyo out of there. Laurel wanted to get out of dodge too. Very low on mana. That fight is about the best you could hope for. They will lose Mira off of this, but if the rest of Team Spirit can get away, that's a win.
They spent so long trying to chase Celery too. It's like over and over. They even go for a quick little reload there. See if they can grab Laurel. He's still sticking around pretty low. Oh, it's getting worse.
They get Collapse. Wait, pulls him, blinks in under the stun? What is happening now? I'm not entirely sure. Huh. Okay. Well, I mean, look at the fight recap. They lose 3 heroes for 2, but they still get the gold victory.
Gonna have to take it. Every little thing they can. But they are gonna lose out on this Roche finally, as things are dealt with in the bottom lane. They don't want to just stick around for the tier 2 right now. So a quick and easy one there. And the road to Daedalus for Dyrachyo here, not too far away when it comes to Sven farming.
So, did that fight give you any more hope for the future here for Team Spirit? Okay.
No, if anything, it made it worse because think about how that fight started. 3 heroes walking up from the low ground. They got a double initial Leshrac stun onto both supports.
Right.
Or maybe it was too coarse in the sport. Either way, Celery was stunned for a second, and I was like, oh, this could be it. But then I'm looking at his items, and I'm just seeing, like, I'm seeing the medallion, I'm seeing the mech, and if they don't blow him up right away, he just gets off to the side.
Right.
He's still holding 3 blood grenades. That's how you know he's a real gamer.
Absolutely. No, I mean, it is definitely feeling a little bit rough right now, if I'm going to be real. Team Spirit, again, like, we could see the power of that combination when it all came together. And Quinn's not immortal on this Razor. He is, like, now, because he literally has the Aegis of the Immortal, but, you know.
Well, I love what they've done here, too, is that they've taken the Aegis, right? They put it on the Razor, because it's a transformation hero and a Sven. So, like, he gets his Blink Dagger. He wants to play aggressive on this side of the map, but you also want to be popping your ulti every single time as Sven as you can. So, Quinn goes for this build. Instead of just going for, like, an earlier BKB, which I think would have been pretty viable on the Razor, he goes for this Sanjin Yasha into the Hurricane Pike, because he just wants to fully abuse the Aegis when they get it, play really aggressive, doesn't want to have to rely on BKB. It can be a little bit tough, though, because I'm not sure how much IO attention he'll be getting at this point in the game.
Right.
I feel like it's mostly going to be on Duraccio, so that can make the BKB a little bit more tempting. Maybe they can take advantage of that as Spirit, but with the Aegis, that's obviously a little bit harder to do. Miposhka should be okay. All right. Not taking a wrong turn here. Oh, wait.
I mean, breaking that smoke on Tofu, if you can get out after, that's pretty good.
Look where Duraccio is.
Yeah. Well,
he was not with the team, so Miposhka's in trouble. Nice force.
Force Staff gets up, gets away, maybe a chance. Yeah, Miposhka gets out, but down bottom. Yadaro found, TPing away. Oh, Mira with the save on the Hex. Ace was mid-cast of that pit. Barely saving his buddy's life.
Gonna keep Yadaro going here. Try and increase this damage. Company's lost 121. Oh my goodness, that's a core
good
hero.
Force Staff. Man, the fact that Miposhka gets out right there too, that ends up saving Laurel. Because the stomp on the relocate too. Jeez.
Oh, Yadaro, oh my god, he just blinked on him. I was just farming.
They didn't know what was going on there. Wait a minute. Is this the one Duraccio death? Is this the Duraccio death? No, he's getting away.
That's
He had
true.
BKB the whole time anyways.
Yeah, you make a good point, though. They should be concerned that he hasn't died yet.
That's true.
On Gaimin Gladiators. They should be like, wait a minute.
Like, doesn't fit our
Better
script.
now than later there, Duraccio.
Yeah.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, good vision down is going to scout Laurel heading over here, but it doesn't see the rest of the heroes. Ace, Quinn, thinking about it.
Tobu couldn't convince them to come over there, so we denied the DD.
Quinn just runs in like a madman, says, fine, I'll do it. They find Yadaro, but Force Staff pushes him up to the high ground. They get the disarm for a moment onto Duraccio. Laurel still dropping lower and lower, but staying alive long enough. That actually is kind of working. They're keeping Duraccio off to the side of the fight with Miposhka this whole time. So all that damage for no deaths.
That was the saddest finger of death I've ever seen in my life.
Attack.
He just like zapped Celery and just nothing happened. Like the auras are just too ridiculous. His bar is just going across the entire screen. It's pretty much covering the minimap at this point. I've just like buffs the entire way through this IO. And Celery barely survives. Pretty sure he went down to like double, if not single digits near the end there. Now they're gonna grab this Tormentor. Who's getting this? Do we have any shards?
Doesn't look like it. Oh, that's an interesting one. The overcharge spell amp. Pretty cool with Razor.
That's actually the first shard in the entire game at 27.5 minutes.
Huh.
No shard heroes here today.
16k gold lead. Quinn sets his sights now onto this mid-tier 2 tower. Last outer tower remaining for Team Spirit. Well,
You know, this just reminded me, I mean, I know we're in the middle of this game here, but I received some info about Darkseer
Dire's middle tower
oh yeah?
is
What's
falling.
that?
and Defiant Shell. Have you heard this?
Oh, that it automatically punches back and you carry
Yeah.
the illusion? Yeah, that's
if you're
pretty cool.
stunned, it works. What's up with that?
Yeah. Defiant Shell is sick.
That's crazy.
I love
Why does
that
it work
item.
like it does that with Tusk too, apparently. You'll just walrus
Yeah.
punch people if you have it on auto attack and you have Defiant Shell equipped.
Well, you need to remain defiant when all hope could be lost. Like Yadaro,
Like Yadaro,
who's going to pick up the Wisdom Rune right now, and then try and solo this. Yadaro, my man. Does they have any way to break it? No.
Is Mira gonna escape though? Ooh, the Hex, the TP. Ooh, he did the math.
That was crazy.
That
That's why you max Hex, everybody.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if that's not level 4, he's just dead. I don't think 2.8 is enough time.
Oh. 29 minutes in, and more items being gathered by Team Spirit. They're going to find one, Duraccio. Oh, is this the one? He PKBs, tries to run away. Ogre Seal Totem backing out, and he will get the blink out.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
That's pretty good news, though. Getting rid of that BKB, right? That he does want that in these fights. He doesn't want another situation like last time where he just kind of got kited off to the side the entire way.
Tower has fallen.
It was pretty much the best case scenario that they could hope for on Team Spirit, but they did accomplish it. Maybe they can kite him once more because this BKB's lacking. Maybe they can just blow up the IO. That would be a great start to this engagement. It's something they have not been able to achieve quite yet.
Radiant's middle tower is
Right.
under
I mean, that last time he talked about the finger, Mira finally gets level 12, so level 2 Finger of Death at the ready.
That's right.
You know, these things make maybe a bit of a difference, but they are feeling more confident heading out on the map. We'll see what the next couple of minutes brings for Team Spirit
Radiant's
as
middle tower
Yadaro
is
continues to catch up. And, of course, Shiva's Guard now done on Lesh. That item also is huge, helping to reduce this healing that's been very annoying for them to deal with. Yeah, could see it.
Getting a fight before Quinn's AC would also be really nice for them right now. They got about 1 minute until the potential Roche respawn.
Oh, Duracchio's a harpoon boy. Did they find one? Well, I think he caught sight of Collapse heading by. Yadaro walking into the danger zone. Yadaro stunned right away. They have anything to save him at all. Poor Staff trying to get away from it. But no, rooted and dead. He got ogred to death. Good stun. The Ravage, the turnaround, the follow-up coming from Laurel. But I don't know if they have enough damage left in the tank. Eul Scepter to dodge the stun. Quinn still draining that damage. And it will be enough to force them back after using a bunch of spells.
Alright, Tofu got Fire Shield. That's kind of crazy, actually.
Oh, man.
Very useful versus Drow.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So, thanks, Collapse. Doesn't necessarily want, though. He wants maxed out Bloodlust.
Oh, my God.
Alright, last time he stole this, it was only level 1. Bit of an improvement this time.
Yeah, that's really, really good. Okay, Quinn AC done.
Minute and a half on the Roche.
Dire
It
are
just
scanning.
it feels like the number of mistakes you can make as Team Spirit at this point in the game are so few. And that might have been one too many of Drow walking up high ground, but Team Spirit going to try and head out. That was under a ward.
They scanned that bottom, they scanned the Roche pit and it went red at the last second. So they might think they're in there.
Quinn spots one Hex to start. Can they bring him down? Oh my God! ET Aura, eat your heart out. Quinn gone in an instant. Nice AC, bro. Celery starting to die afterwards. That was huge.
All right, that was 2,783 magic damage, 140 physical. So there you go. That's a big zap. That is what happens when you got hit by the juice. The only physical damage was the half of the ulti from the ET. And that actually just shows the disparity. That's a great example. So ET's ultimate did 507 magic damage and 140 physical damage. So that is the gap that you have to deal with all this armor that they're stacking up on the side of Gaimin Gladiators. And that's why they need this magic damage to come through.
And I mean, maybe somebody just needs a BKB. I don't know. It feels like that might be on the docket next for literally everybody. Yeah, he queued it up. Quinn's ready to get a BKB, guys.
That's what the Aegis is for. It's fine.
Oh, man, a late Roche spawn is really unfortunate here for Team Spirit, though. It's finally going to spawn right now as Drow heads down here. But Gaimin are going to be in position.
It's also Radiant side, too, with the buybacks.
Yeah.
Although Quinn doesn't have it.
Careful.
So if they kill Quinn, they get this Roche. Well, that's not necessarily true, because Dyrachyo could go ham. But if they kill Quinn and he messes up his initiation with God Strength, they could get it.
Oh, Pit of Malice. They're on to 2. Ace starting to take damage, down to half HP. The Pit of Malice is big, but the turnaround there with the Echo Shell. Now damage on to Quinn a second time. Laurel almost gets him, but the double force staff keeps him alive. Dyrachyo chasing down Yadro, but slow down the Frost Arrows. Oh, the stun! Enrage! Can they slow him down enough? Dyrachyo, oh, he needs just one hit, but it's not going to be there. They do lose the Drow in the end, but Tofu goes down. So can they hold on to this? Yes! Team Spirit fighting back down 16k.
Oh, man, losing Yadro does hurt, though. That would be so nice to be able to immediately go back into the Roche right now and try and do something about this. But there is double buyback still available if they really wanted to. It's not free yet for Team Spirit, but it's a big claw back into this game, because things were looking very desperate.
Are they giving it up? I mean, because, no, I mean, they're kind of just ceding a little bit of ground here to the side of Gaimin Gladiators. Now, Roche is going to head top, and that opens up a whole new window here for Team Spirit to take it once Drow is back up again, but they're going to have to take another fight. Man.
I think they're just going to get it. But we'll see. See if they get the vision down right now.
Well,
They're way back on the side of Team Spirit.
yeah.
They're joining Roche. We're all going through.
Interesting.
All right. Drow will not have buyback. They really don't have any buybacks actually on Dire. The only one they would have would be Collapse. I guess maybe the only one of grave importance. Maposhka just got there. Okay. Got a couple buybacks on the Dire.
I mean, so they're smoking over now. Are there any other big pickups that they've gotten yet?
Oh, they caught him.
Oh, find one. There's no follow-up. Nobody else is here. Nobody else is here. They were not ready. I mean, they found the jump, but nobody else was there.
It was a smart idea.
Over is your core.
It was a smart idea, though. It wasn't quite in sync. It was this idea of, like, they saw Sven's respawn
Whoa,
timer.
Dyrachyo, we found him! Right on the warp, but push gets a dieback! 75 seconds. Oh, man, that ward up on the high ground, exactly what they needed.
Oh, he's so much of their fight control, too, in the Roche pit. Like, it's ET, and the reason they got that kill on Quinn earlier, using that natural order, that being gone, that eliminates any hope they have of turning these tables. You know, ET was hoping to eliminate 16,000 net worth advantage worth of defensive capabilities in that one. And he's just gone. Oh, it was so close, though. Like, the idea was good, you know? Because what's Sven going to do? The second he respawns, he's going to TV that tier 1. Who has a tier 1 still at this point in the game? 36 minutes. They do. They actually almost took advantage of that because it's such like a bold TP of just like, oh, well, you know where he's going to go. Yeah, Yadro wasn't right there immediately. They didn't quickly get it synced up into extra disables into the ET ulti to have some sort of a chance, like a big nuke. It's not quite on point.
Man, yeah. If they had their full team there, they need Laurel, they need Yadro. Collapse isn't enough.
But,
Man, and Dyrachyo, like, shout-outs to him to recognize that and just go. Like, blood in the water, shark going after it.
Oh, I was about to say, please get 25 in Dyrachyo. He farms it up. What do we got, buddy? What do we got? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
God, strength double.
He was considering for a second. I was scared. Like, come on now. Give us the big number here. We got Daedalus. We got Swift Blink. I want to see someone vanish. I want to know. Show me a magic trick there, Dyrachyo.
You're mixing up your DC and Marvel now.
Well, I got to keep them on their toes, you know?
That's fair. Tier 4 neutrals coming out now. Ace picks up the Spell Prism. 20-10. And it's still, like, not completely over. I mean, that age just definitely hurts in a lot of ways, but we saw the power that this lineup can have when they work together in concert. Still no BKB on Quinn. Hasn't been able to farm it up yet all the way.
That's true, but he does have the lore-appropriate Stormcrafter.
Okay, I like that.
No BKB, but has Stormcrafter. Quite key, I would say. It's a Penta-Edge sword. Oh my goodness.
Oh jeez. Yeah, he is a monster on Dyrachyo now. That is one scary guy. Okay, 20k gold lead. Again, the big wombo combo is available if they clump, and they might clump.
Collapse is about to get his scythe if they give him this wave,
Oh,
which it looks
Okay.
like they're gonna do. So he's got everything back at the secret shop here. He's gonna purchase as long as his courier lives. Yeah, get it out of there. Whew. Yeah, they were making their way over there. All right, so simply multicast hex them all. Why hasn't he considered that before? He has 4,000. He's a lot of health.
Wait a minute.
Dyrachyo? That's one.
that's the hex. Mirror there, Force Staff keeps him away. Now they have to back out. Laurel pulled back in. Lotus onto him. Disarm
the
on
eggs.
Sven. Backs away. Is it going to be enough to get Laurel out? He just gets absolutely walloped there. Now the chase forward. Maposhka, Force Staff trying to keep Collapse alive. Collapse in more trouble and going to die. That's 2 cores down. Do a buyback on Lesh, but these buildings, they're falling. Sleep connects onto 3. They move in
Setup.
now. ET Aura. A lot of damage. Dyrachyo, he's so low. The heal was there from Celery, but is it going to be enough to get them out? Lara wants to chase. They need to find more. Yadaro, just be careful. Dyrachyo waiting for a Blink Dagger jump in, but they get the relocate to pull one out. Quinn, he's under fire now, getting hit from the arrows from on high. Goes down once. Can he bring him down again? Tofu mana draining. Mira
they're
has to
backing
blink
out.
back inside the base. They can't go again.
Yeah, Quinn just ran his body in there to burn the Aegis to make sure Ace didn't just get like solo pulled down. There was only a minute-ish left on the Aegis anyway, so
Right.
let that get taken out. Ensure you can retreat back Ace. That Lotus Orb coverage there was great
Yeah.
to help try and create a little bit of distance there for Team Spirit, but it is still a 24k lead. Things are still very dicey. And you could see the work that Earthsplitter did too, man. Jeez, they really
yeah.
needed that cheese heal that Celery pulled out.
I mean, there is still just the issue of how hard the Sven hits when you can get some clean swipes on him. It's a serious problem. Dyrachyo is a monster.
Yeah, that one's pretty hard to deal with. And well, he now has his Nullifier too, which that was the other item that Collapse was considering instead of the Scythe. He kind of had them
Right.
both queued up for a while, decided to commit for the Scythe. But you can see why the Nullifier would be so much value to Team Spirit with all of these barriers.
Right. Poshka drops some ward. Those are scouted. Collapse. Dyrachyo, he blinked up to the high ground. Flipped himself. Collapse trying to get out now. The Stomp is going to lay down. Hex now onto Underlord. Quinn running in. They don't have Ogre for this fight. And in fact, they might not have that many more. But Laurel doing the damage as well as Maposhka. But the turn, oh, Dyrachyo just absolutely wrecked him. He just does not have enough armor. There's not enough armor in the game.
It's just so tough to get your Drow involved as well. Like she just cannot find any sort of space that lets her play in these fights whatsoever.
Yeah.
He is really doing some next level stuff there with the Drow right there.
Trying. Okay.
Got that
Baited. Stun. Onto Drow. Throws out the multi-shot. But that is a full lane of racks taken now as Gaimin Gladiators trying to assert their dominance here, and Team Spirit just holding on for dear life. They're going to use another glyph. Want to buy some more time for Laurel to get back into it. It is not easy. They need the perfect fight. Stomp connects. Find more time. They're going to have to hold out to try and defend Megas.
Yep. The great defender of high ground, ET. Still has 20 seconds till the ulti's back up.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oh, the smoke's on the far right there. Mira trying to find a lurking spot. Looking for the big
Maybe
ravage
he can do
off
it.
this.
Oh, that's a big
triple.
combo.
Just one.
Oh, revealed again for a moment. The hex, the stun, the control, bringing him lower and lower. Celery, keeping his buddy alive, though. Making sure that everything is fine and dandy. Waves pushed out, backdoor back up. They buy enough time for Lesh to respawn.
All right. But if Collapse 4X's this next Midas, they win the game. Right?
Okay. Sure. Why not?
Okay. Unfortunately, he's... Yo, leave that wave for him. Come on, Collapse.
Oh, it's only one.
No. He's going to go. He's going to go. Here we go.
Oh, he didn't even get it 2 times.
No, I saw 2. I think he got 2.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I think I saw dubs.
All right, fair enough.
Oh, yeah, they lost. That was it. That was the percent.
Unfortunate. He needs more strength, man. That dumb
Yeah,
look.
it's not quite there yet, huh? Does it actually show you the calculation that he's at?
I don't know if it does.
No, it doesn't, actually. So wait, he gets plus 1% for each 20 strength that Ogre has. So he's almost... We can just pretend. So he would get 6 more percent if he... Oh, sorry, it's per 20. So he would get 9 more percent.
Right.
If he got to 180. That's not bad.
Well, Gaimin Gladiators, they're not looking for dumb luck to win here. They're just trying to end this game. Smoke up, head out, find one. Who can they get? Tofu has a freaking Aghanim Scepter right now on this Rubik. But Yadro, he's going to TP out, will not be caught behind. Still, game is looking increasingly dire for the dire. And
I've been seeing way more Aghanims for Rubik lately. I feel like it's gotten way much more popular. But, I mean, I remember the number one reason I always liked it was the cast range. It's just ridiculous. Like, especially when you have Blink and Force. Like, whatever spell that you want on Rubik, you are going to get. Oh, he got a 4X. They're back in. All right, game's back on. 4X Midas.
There it is. Just keep dreaming. Surely, it'll all be fine. I mean, they're like maxing out on these halberds too. I feel like they just need anything they can to just stay the hell away from Dyrachyo. I mean, this man, he's got a 6-second BKB. If they could find a way to just control him outside of that. But it's not easy.
Well, an extremely long Roche will keep them alive a bit longer here on the side of Team Spirit because they are going to wait for it. Game Gladiators. Poshka, well ahead of his crew here, has 1 OBS. Going to find a Sven and an Io. Immediately is quite scared and runs away with his ninja gear.
Laurel. Ooh. They have great ward in the area here. They spot him. Lifted. Force. No, nothing yet. Laurel needs help. It's not going to be there. BKB used from Dyrachyo. No buyback on Laurel. Trying to slow these heroes down. A good stomp connects. The stuns out. The Earth Splitter. A lot of damage onto Dyrachyo, but not quite enough. Not enough for Ace either. And Mira, he dies to the side to Quinn. They're all so low, but it's just not going to be enough.
Oh, and the ulti too. Retreat. Through the gate.
Oh, stomp. Wait a minute. Maybe. They hex. Oh, they'll lift away. Rubik's so good at that. And collapse. Now under fire. Yadro trying to beat into them. He's just doing nothing. It's not nearly enough here. And they will find more. Tofu does die. The second kill that we've seen in probably 20 minutes for Team Spirit.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Nonetheless, it is going to be a buyback from Ogre as they try and come and contest this Roche.
Well, that was nice that we got a fun fight instead of just waiting for Roche.
That's true.
He just... How much? 3,000 experience from that kills that I just saw?
Yeah. That's kind of crazy. He's 25 now. What the hell? Oh my god, Yadro. What can they do? In the mid lane, Laurel is trying to push out these waves. Does not have boots of travel, but does have a TP to get to that outpost. T spots Quinn. Sends it on back home. They are. I mean, they're still somehow finding a way to contest. They're just running in to take it?
All right, this is crazy.
That is all kinds of nuts. Okay. Quinn getting ready to run in. Lesh is still in the pit. Roche down to low HP. They have a refresher shard on there as well as the cheese and the Aegis. Biding their
all
time.
or nothing.
I mean, you got to do something. Laurel, he gets linked up. Quinn, the Force Staff, trying to keep him alive, but Quinn, he's right on him. Yule Scepter, control. They need some help, but they're not getting it. Dyrachio finds the backlines. Oniato Wave's missing. A couple key misses, but will he be able to run around? No! But Pochka for the save. They might actually have him here. Maybe, possibly, a chance, a dream. They kill him. He has buyback, though. Oh, no. And now they relocate to the other side. Yatoro, he gets surrounded. He gets taken down. None of these heroes have buyback. Collapse is going to manage to TP away. And even though they got the kill on Dyrachio, the bigger play was making sure they killed the whole rest of Team Spirit.
Oh, what a backstab there, too. Laurel survived for a lot longer this time because they didn't have Dyrachio in his face with that nullifier, so it gave him a chance to actually use some of his defensive capabilities. But it was because Dyrachio was working in the back lines. Agent Sam Fisher there, the Chaos Theory, drops in from behind, tries to get the kill, but despite an excellent effort there of survival, they eventually do lose Yatoro. And looks like they're probably going to lose their base here, too. They're buying back. They're planning the great last defense here.
Well, Maposhka has a lot of damage, if nothing else. But they go through the gate and immediately eyes on the tower. Going to take this tier 3 in just a moment. And, yeah, that is going to be tier 3 down at Dyrachio. He's hungry. Hungry for blood once more. He's played a fabulous game on this Sven. As Laurel starts out with the stun, the Hex, the Stomp. Forced away, slept for the moment. Can they find any more? Yule Scepter lift up. KB out. Dyrachio tries to back away. And Gaimin Gladiators giving this team a lot of respect of not just running in at them, covering their bases. They will lose celery behind enemy lines. And also lose a gem. Wait a minute. Ace maybe now in some trouble too. Hold on a second now. More Force Staffs. There's a lot of defensive spells used. If they can get a grip onto somebody now, they probably have them. Ace gets slept. They move in. The problem is they're losing their base also. So Ace is going to die, but tier 4 tower is falling. They need to come back and deal with this.
Yeah, and they still have 3.5 minutes left on Aegis, so there's lots of time to just reset right now. Chill out a little bit. Sven got a shield rune. There's been a lot of cheese this game. How about those lotuses? Nah, there's not many.
No. Well, regardless, it is getting close to that time now with these mega creeps where realistically, if Spirit want to win this game, they just have to hold out for probably another 30 to 40 minutes.
You could see the concern, though, that they have from Gaimin Gladiators. Like you said, lots of respect, because they do recognize that Elder Titan is one of those weird heroes. And Drow, by the same logic, a bit weird, because you're building up all this defense, but there's a chance that it just vanishes in a single moment there. So you have to be a little bit cautious. We need a Veil. Someone buy the cheap Veil. If you you don't have buyback or something, so you just grab Veil. That's you,
right?
Maposhka. 1,500 gold, no buyback.
Right.
1,511 gold. All right, here it comes. Look, 4 gold away and buy Veil. Maposhka knows, right, buddy? You got me, bud?
I'll get it. Surely.
Or will he just wait 5 minutes and have buyback?
Maybe he gets
I don't know if this game goes 5 minutes. Ooh, Shard's good. I like Shard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's solid. Desperation Veil, game-ending drums. I love those little cheap items that you see at the end.
Right. Anything that you can get that helps your team out in some way. I mean, the other thing that they'll have going for them is multicast Midas for getting tier 5s if they can hold out that long. But
okay,
you got to hold out before then one push here.
If he just nullifies and then scythes them all.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds like a good start to a fight.
Yeah.
Poshka. Force Staff. X. Stun. Backs away. Dyrachio. BKB. Turns onto the H and says, I'm tired of playing this game. But do they have enough damage to take it out? They will. They smoke in, say, we don't need to kill heroes. Let's just kill the Ancient. And, well, they take the victory. Gaimin Gladiators taking game number 1. Bit anticlimactic, but it's kind of cool. I like that.
It's a pretty solid strategy. Just don't fight. Yeah, hard to lose the fight if you just don't take one. So, destroy the base, easy peasy. This was a long time ago. 21 minutes. I don't remember what happened. Oh, this is when they had their chance. This is when that long fight that started like actually kind of good for Team Spirit when they got the stun onto the low ground, but you could still see that it was going to be a struggle. And the main problem was, too, all these turnaround fights where you're like, maybe, and this one, too. Same problem is when they just keep, oh, sorry, not this one. But when they have another fight down there later and Yataro's, like, still just dies. Because, like, if they had any hope, they needed some crazy fight where Yataro just manages to survive. But obviously, he was target number 1 for GG.
Yeah. No, and I think that the thing that just stood out to me was Razor is kind of an interesting answer in general to this Lesh. I think that it shows some ways that it can work, but also, like, a couple of things just felt like it wasn't the greatest from Spirit's draft. The Drow really struggled against the Atrophy Aura, the Crimson Guard, the mech from Io, the shield coming out from Sven even with Warcry, and then also the Core Ogre. Like, it feels a little bit simplistic to be like Core Ogre's kind of bad, but that was kind of a part of it.
Okay, you want to hear a crazy damage number here?
Okay.
Arteezy.
You saw the clip
Razor.
right there.
Yeah, that must be what it was. Quinn's Stormcrafter did half the damage of his ultimate. He did 5,000 damage to heroes with just Stormcrafter that game. And he did under 10k with his ulti the entire time.
Jeez.
That's a little crazy, actually. I would not have guessed that. You know, it's kind of this like chip damage over time compared to slightly like more impactful damage, but yeah, that item definitely adds up over a long time. But yeah, the big counter, like you're saying, the Leshrac versus the Razor, like he took like 4,000 damage at the most crucial moments just from Eye of the Storm, just like being in his face, getting on top of him, forcing him back. So it's a pretty cool answer there when they have this idea of like, but what if they steal our Razor or our Leshrac? What will we do? So the Core Ogre, though, do you think we'll see that again?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that was more of a desperation, what the hell are we going to do moment. Who knows, though? We might hear Team Spirit talk about it. They put out some good videos after these series, I feel like, where they explain their thought process, which is a pretty cool thing. Check it out, everybody. But that's going to do it for game number 1. We're going to get ready for game number 2 in just a couple of minutes. Stay tuned, though. More to come out from the group stage for Riyadh Masters in just a bit.
Open your eyes.
When you look into my eyes, tell me what do you see?
Tonight I'm gonna show you the wonders of the mall.
Hey, I got nothing to lose. I got nothing to lose.
I need warriors.
So this is what you want in. You wanna walk? Show me what's up in. I'll be ready to bust in. Take everything, leave 'em with nothing.
There is a place where you can elevate what's hidden inside. Where you can reframe yourself. Sonomi means the new you. The you can step into. Because when we know who we really are, we become unstoppable. Enter new dimensions of you. Sonomi.
Hello and welcome back, all you wonderful people out there. We're getting ready for our second game, and Trenster, it went a long time. Gaimin Gladiators ended up coming out with the victory. They were kind of leading from the get-go, it felt like. In terms of this next game, do you think we just see the IO ban? Because it felt like everything kind of followed naturally in the draft from IO getting through in that first phase. Or do you think that Spirit just trying to adjust a few things and mess with it a bit there, Roy?
That's a great question, because first priority for this game is Gaimin Gladiators, and they have chosen second pick. So I believe that's we're just inversing compared to last time.
Oh, okay.
So it will be second pick. So if they first pick is basically their IO strat, right? Like you just saw.
Right.
Second pick, yeah, you're probably going to see the ban because unless they want to play it on the side of Team Spirit, you definitely don't want to give them the 1-2 punch. I don't imagine, because I don't think they're going to have a significant enough answer versus like IO plus Lesh, if for example, if that's what they want.
Right.
That's going to be comfortable on that fourth hero pick.
Yeah, I could definitely see, though, Team Spirit playing IO as well if they wanted to. So maybe Gaming just end up banning that out also. Or maybe they want to try and run their strat against IO. I feel like, oddly enough, I think obviously Gaming are not really too concerned. They're just going to play what they want to play. But I also feel like Spirit just sort of embody that energy too, where they kind of just focus on their own game. But we do have a draft, so let's hop on into it right now as we get ready for game number 2. Gaimin Gladiators facing off against Team Spirit. And it is going to be the Brood Band first up. I'm just going to open back up in my little notes what the draft was in game 1. God, it's so nice being able to just do this from my own computer. Easy peasy.
You have the power. Yeah, I was about to say, no surprise that we don't want that. Again, certainly a very quality hero here for Gaimin Gladiators. For Team Spirit, it's
Right.
Nice Life Easy, and yeah, they're going to ban that out. Because although they have played IO in the past, they have not been into it lately. Has not been their jam. No one's banning it versus them, but throughout all of Bali, they were not hopping on the IO train. Definitely some Storm Pugna. That was attempted. But that's not cool anymore. We're off that.
Fair.
And then the Timber Saw will be our other ban, huh?
Yeah. That was taken out in the last game. I haven't actually been able to get Dota buff open like a little scrub that I am.
It's dead. No, it's
Oh,
down.
so-
Yep.
Oh, no.
It's over.
Dang, what happened?
I don't know. There's probably just some API issues, or
All right,
you know,
fair enough.
maybe they're protesting. They're just like, hey, wait, pay us for all this free use, you casters. You know what? Credit to them.
Well, this was let through. This was the ban in the last game. Snapfire gets taken first overall by Team Spirit. They do leave open a lot of other heroes to go against it, but Snapfire's been looking pretty good, at least in the early laning stage. There have been some issues once the mid game comes around and BKBs get out.
Oh, they're back. Floated Dota buff. Phew, what a relief. Yeah, this is very similar to the Batrider. A lot of the same ideas and concepts. Could go to Collapse, could go to Laurel, could just go to Mira. I mean, this was TI 10. This was Mira's best hero. I think without a doubt, he was probably the best Snapfire in the entire tournament when they took that one. So it is a hero that for a long time has done very well for Team Spirit. Beast. All right, bring him out. Ace wants to have some fun.
Apparently.
It's like I just had to play 53 minutes of a winning game as Underlord. I'm bored, guys.
Did they just take Enchantress now?
10 seconds remaining.
Feel like
Yeah.
I think that's just the play, right? So surely.
Remaining.
Yeah, probably that. Let's be honest.
I mean, Snapfire I think does provide some pretty interesting answers to Enchantress. You kind of destroy her a bit, but just all that magical damage coming out. But I don't know.
They're taking much longer than I would have anticipated. They could maybe just be going like techies. I don't know. I guess is that hero still good, or are we just completely off techies? They could go
haven't seen
Rubik
as much.
if he wants to play it again.
Ah,
We'll just play it. Yeah, okay. Keep it simple, stupid.
This is the play. As Team Spirit, you gotta know this is coming out. So what are they gonna pair with the Snap? I personally like it more out of the mid roll, but like you were talking about, Mira obviously exceptional on this as well. Maybe just leave it open for flex.
Yeah, I would be hoping to keep it open to this phase for sure. But the problem is it's kind of hard to counter anything that they have right now on Gaimin Gladiators. Like you could go for, I was gonna say like a support counter like the Lich, but that feels kind of bad to grab on 8th. Obviously we're gonna get that a little bit later, but you're trying to find an impactful hero that doesn't remove Snapfire's capabilities here in terms of a counter pick. They could go for a safe mid like Pango. They'll go for the
Whoa.
Bloodseeker. Okay.
That is not what I was anticipating. Huh.
I guess yeah. Here I'm talking about a safe mid that would remove the Snapfire. So yeah, this is a safe carry that
Right.
does not take away your Snapfire flex. Pairs pretty nicely with Snapfire at most points in the game in terms of the timings that you want to like fight at. So solid cookie user as well.
I was thinking maybe Clockwork could have been good too, but this I mean I guess this is just very highly valued.
Yeah.
Which fair enough. I mean the heroes look pretty crazy.
He gets banned pretty much every second phase, it feels like right now.
Right.
5 seconds remaining.
Our other tournament heroes, though, obviously these two teams didn't play in the play-in, so we don't
Right.
know exactly about some of their new ideas, like the Meepo.
Right.
Should that be a consideration? Yeah, dude, I told you, though. What did I say about Lich? That hero? Disgusting
Yeah.
versus Beastmaster and Edge. That is so funny they actually banned Lich. It's that good. So I'm sure some of you have seen it, but the changes to what's it called?
Sinister Gaze.
Sinister Gaze. Yes, the changes to Sinister Gaze. Lich is a crazy counterpick to creeps now. It just feels so good. It's 250 damage per second on a creep,
Right.
and it lasts twice as long.
5 seconds.
So you just eliminate creeps throughout the entire game. It's very useful.
Yeah, you gobble them up. No, and I think that even on top of that, just the armor too against what is looking very clearly to be a physical draft from Gaimin Gladiators too. It feels like it's kind of a perfect answer. So take that one out of the pool. They're going to take the Jug out. A lot of carries banned. Jug, Faceless, Medusa, Morphline's still in the pool, although that here has definitely fallen off a decent amount.
10 seconds remaining.
The Jug is
Around
interesting because he still doesn't feel that strong to me compared to some of our other big hitters, but the general concept of like Beastmaster and Jug, they are respecting a very quick tempo that could come out here from GG.
Yeah, that makes sense. So first pick out of the next phase for Gaimin Gladiators with their ban right now. Other heroes that they banned out last game too with this was Clockwork. I'm trying to think if there's... Oh, that was actually Team Spirit that banned that. Morph was another ban that they had, but with Bloodseeker already taken, they can change it up to another
I
position.
think Pango is a good ban here still because it's like, yeah, maybe the snaps can end up being mid, but honestly, like you have the Beastmaster, which isn't like the best because you're like roaring the thing, but you don't have a chance of the Bloodseeker. It's been taken out. It's a pretty good Laurel hero. They'll just again go for a classic support counterpick and get rid of that Crystal Maiden.
Okay. Take the Lion now.
You thought that looked like a lot of fun, huh?
Apparently. Gets to counter some of those... I mean, I guess there's not really going to be illusion heroes again, because you have the Bloodseeker.
Probably the Laurel Ember, I would say. Because like he could just pick a couple different spirit heroes just in case he shifts off of not playing this Snapfire.
Right. Well, good amount of reserve time burned through here for Team Spirit. I still like the clock. Big fan.
Still like clockwork. Just go ahead and pick it up. I feel like they're going to pick Mirana and Pangolier. That's my theory here.
Okay.
I like that a lot better than Mirana, I will say. The
Interesting.
arrow was not selling me. But I was thinking about like classic creep counters. I don't think they're even that necessary anymore, honestly. Mirana might be out. Moonlight's really cool, but
Who was it that we saw the other day that played it that did really well with the Shadow Demon? It did SD Mirana, and it looked amazing. I don't even remember who that was.
yeah, no, it was in the play-ins.
Regardless, still a nice combo. All right, big decision time. Mars.
Okay. So this is something that they pick versus Zeus still. They're still Mars
Yeah.
gamers.
I mean,
And
that's a
bringing it
really
back.
good combo too. Snapfire Mars, either in core or in support, it's sick. God, the
Yeah.
collapse of Mars.
The flex is still really solid at this point because this is either just going to be Mira Rubik, Mira Snap, or like they can easily put this as a Maposhka Rubik. Like this is all looking very good, and they go for one of the more classic heroes versus Mars. I'm just going to have that Life Stealer. Probably his worst matchup core-wise. I'm trying to think of a worse one. I think that overall it's not like game ruining or ending or anything, but I do think it's the worst one for Mars in terms of the laning stage.
Yeah. Jug often stands out to me a lot too, but Lifestealer's like more consistently annoying, just punching the crap out of you. All right, Puck gets taken out of the pool now. I think Storm is also one that could be a little bit scary to see come out with some Lifestealer and Fest Bombs. But man, this Gaimin Gladiators lineup right now is just single-minded. Blow up people, take out towers. They're looking pretty solid.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see what Quinn's 10th pick is going to look like. Obviously, it's going to heavily depend on what Team Spirit shows.
Right.
Is there any way that you can... I'm trying to think, is there like a good enough 4 these days that you could still mask it based on matchup, but not really? Like in terms of the Snapfire and then like have like a faux mid or a...
Right.
Or the question is there a 5 that's strong enough now? Like, I don't think Disruptor is good enough. What are our like big clutch 5s? I think like Disruptor, I think Wyvern. Sometimes Silencer can look really good at the end of a draft, but I don't think there's any 5s that look that insane to me right now. That Team Spirit would want to do a full... I do love Clockwork, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's strong enough. Like, maybe Skywrath Mage
Okay.
could be value enough to make that worth, but it's probably just going to be some Laurel safe hero. I don't know. They're just saying that it's going to be Snapfire because Snap's also a pretty safe mid.
Right.
So that's a pretty good way to look at it as well.
They do take the Storm out of the pool. I think that type of combo is just too strong. But it does also reveal like these heroes that want to find the backline, which again signals either a Snapfire being in the mid position or they take something like a sniper here and just sit behind enemy lines and plink, plink, plink. But they ban the Moran out.
I mean, they're getting low on heroes. I don't blame them.
Yeah.
The more I look at it, the more I kind of like Sky. I could see Sky working here.
Okay.
Or I'm just down for Disruptor YOLO.
Do you know who I like?
Who do you like? Clockwork?
Nah, you got it.
I'm pretty smart. It takes me a couple tries here, but I get there.
Yeah.
Quinn would love to play Pango this game if it wasn't for the Bloodseeker.
Oh, look
Okay.
at that. He talked about it.
She's a snipey 5. She's a good 5. And it
All right,
does
is
have
there-
a crazy amount of flex.
Is there any way that this is Quinn Wyvern? I mean,
No,
you
because
said there's
he's
a
on the
okay.
other team. So,
Oh, there you go. Good call.
It's
Is there
a zero.
any way this is a Laurel Wyvern?
yeah, potentially. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
It is definitely possible. I mean, dude, there's a chance that it's a like collapse Wyvern Larl Mars. Like that's definitely
that's a
viable.
good point. That's a fair point.
Because it's a really nice Wyvern game. I would want to give this Wyvern a good game versus Lifestealer and Beastmaster.
Templar Assassin.
The Templar Assassin. Okay, a big final pick here for Quinn. Lara will take the Snapfire.
All right.
Focus dwindling. I think that kind of locks it in, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mira Rubik and then Maposhka Wyvern.
Okay. I mean, you can still get a lot done. Not having a Blink Dagger is going to hurt him. But Quinn, the TA actually feels like a really nice matchup probably against the Snap, I would imagine. Because it's going to be hard to burn through Refraction. You can't sort of punish in that same way that you do with other heroes.
Yeah,
but
if
in the
you
lane,
could
at
take
least.
Little Shredder, yeah, but you can't take Little Shredder exactly in the
Right.
lane. So it's just because you have to get your Cookie and your Scatterblast to feel like you're doing anything in terms of rotations. So maybe Larl's gonna have some like next level Giga Brain play where somehow it makes sense to do it with Little Shredder, but that seems pretty unlikely.
Right. Well, if all y'all at home missed it, last game Quinn did get solo killed early on by Laurel. This time they give him the last overall pick. Obviously, they ended up winning the game afterwards, and Quinn played quite well on that Razor, but could be something, some carryover into this next one. I want to see how both of these mids approach it, with one taking their hero first overall and the other one absolute last. How's it going, by the way? Didn't see y'all there.
Hey,
interesting. So, thoughts on key things to look for in this game? Stuff that you feel like could be an issue for either team?
for me, it is. I feel pretty good about Team Spirit overall. I like Snapfire mid. I'm a pretty big fan of just like getting moves across the map, and I think Mars is a hero that really just wants Arena, just like going. Every time Arena's up, you just want to fight. You want to throw it down, and Snapfire is one of the best combinations with that, be it core or support, like we said earlier in the draft. So that looks pretty solid to me. It does have this burden of movement. It feels like for Team Spirit, they're the ones that have to like get things going and make it feel like they're in control of this game. Because you're gonna have this like Beastmaster, sort of like he's gonna be like rock climbing, right? He's just scaling the cliffs all along the side of the map. He's just mad chilling,
Right.
And you don't want to give him too much space, so. Because then obviously he's getting space. You're trying to catch his waves. All the meanwhile, Quinn is just hitting all these stacks. So yeah. Usually I don't want to be the team that has the necessity of just making the first move all the time, who has
Right.
the impetus, one could say. But I think Team Spirit kind of got this one. I'm feeling it.
Yeah, I like their draft a hell of a lot more. Ogre was not picked or banned this game, by the way, in case anybody was wondering.
That's weird.
I know, strange. But it definitely it feels like I actually feel like both teams have a stronger draft than they did last game. The one thing that does sort of weird me out is I feel like having TA and Lifestealer together on a team is sort of a strange idea. Because neither of them really want to go in first, so I feel like a lot of this game is going to be up to Ace finding plays, and then later on Tofu with his Blink Dagger. And if they're not doing things, I don't think things are getting done.
It is also virtually all physical damage as well. Like we have
Yeah.
Beastmaster, Lifestealer, TA as a Tricore, and they have a Wyvern. So it's the world's greatest Cold Embrace game, as well as Winter's Curse. Definitely the potential for some humongous plays. Unfortunately, they don't have anyone who wants to build a pipe. So someone's building pipe anyway, I think.
Right. Yeah. Oh, nice deny.
Sorry. Obviously, I mean the other one. Yeah, like a Crimson, like getting
Crimson.
auras.
Mech.
You know, probably not a pipe, but good auras. Yeah, get Greaves, get Crimson, but kind of hard on their heroes. So
Why not? Get a pipe too, you know?
I mean, you can do Greaves, Laurel. That's not the worst. Right? That's definitely playable. Actually, pretty good this game.
Absolutely. I mean, actually, I don't know. I always feel bad when I get that when I'm playing core Snapfire, to be honest. But maybe that's just because I'm greedy. It's just because I'm greedy. That's the only reason.
The problem is it's all about the bots. You know, you have to give up
Right.
bots to go Greaves. So it's kind of hard to justify.
Two boots, not so good. Celery pushing back Mposhka, while up top, Mira and Tofu are battling it out a bit, although actually, Yadro not going to connect. But yeah, it's up here going to be an interesting one to watch. I do feel like having the Rubik helps a decent amount against the lifestealer. If he gets a little bit too fresh on you, just lift and push him away. And then likewise mitigating that damage. And at times securing CS, although that time Tofu was able to move on in for a deny on the range creep.
Yeah, no deny there. Or, no secure there from the Fade Bolt. So a little disappointing there for Mira, I'm sure.
It might have been on cooldown. I couldn't quite tell, but regardless, it didn't
I
happen.
checked him like right after, and he didn't have it, or he had it. So I don't know. It probably just came back. You're probably right.
Oh my God, Yadro just got his salve canceled. Ooh.
Yeah, he is pretty low. I mean, they have quite a few tangos left, but gonna take some build up here as he does his ice dancing taunt.
And needs to be careful about this. They do have only the one boar, no points in axes yet, so harder to contest. But Yadro back to the farming, and we'll see how this next couple of minutes goes here across each of these lanes. As Celery onto a Poshka, not sending the boar over to hit him too. Yadro trying to kill off the boar instead, and Ace immediately there with the deny. Feels a little rough.
It is worth noting that we've brought up so many different heroes in this draft, but the classic, if not the standby, if not absolute best hero for Gaimin Gladiators to me is the Celery Enchantress.
Yeah.
Like, not only because you can just first phase it overall and it feels like it doesn't matter, but I think he's probably the best active Eng player. Like I think that in terms of Enchantress players today, he is the best. Like, he just seems to get so much more done with his creeps and impact both the bottom lane as well as the mid lane more than any other Enchantress.
Right. Yeah, and
I guess bottom lane this time. Typically, obviously, he's usually up top. But oh! He dropped his blades. He dropped his blades. He got it.
God.
Oh, let's go.
What?
Dude, the courier micro. Oh no.
How?
Oh no.
How? He's gonna get another one. All right. Yeah, Celery Enchantress just gets things done that I've never seen happen in Dota before. Dude, what the hell? All right, you need to take a pause to think about that. My
Ace is
God.
losing it. Ace, he can't play.
What the hell?
Sorry, go. Mic issue. Yeah. I couldn't hear him over the laughter. Yes.
He killed the blades of attack on the ground. What the hell was that? Oh my God.
I don't know if Yadro was going for some insane next level play where he was trying to drop the blades of attack and then pick them up. Or maybe he was trying to tell Maposhka to pick them up or something. Because he didn't want the courier to die because he wanted it in lane really badly to get the last hits going. But that was brutal.
Dude, new courier bug just dropped.
Yeah, that's right.
Guys, I don't know what happened, okay? It just fell off the courier. Oh my God. Alright, well that'll be a good clip to look at later. Man. As we are just going to get reconnected. Don't worry, everybody. You're not missing anything here in the game. Everything is going to be perfectly fine.
Yep.
It's back to
It's us. Yep.
How's it going? Don't
I
worry.
can tell you that no one is dying.
Okay.
The last hits are still chill.
There we go. We're back.
There we go. Whew. That was close. I didn't want to have to do Dota radio. That's a tough one.
Oh, for sure. Yadro trying to recover here after a little bit embarrassing couple of moments there. Oh, and I think now, too, it's not the biggest deal in the world. It definitely sucks because he's, winning this lane pretty hard and not going to get the full advantage out of that you would want to. But Laurel getting some good damage there onto Quinn now and getting close to level 6s on both of them. But Mira, sorry, cameraman, that's my fault, is going to end up finding the first blood onto Dyrachyo just a bit too far forward.
To be fair, Laurel was also getting a little spicy there in the mid, too, so I was happy to go with either view. Let's see, did he just get... I can't even get the death summary. I don't even know what happened. He died. That's what happened. And Mira's on the long run back. Maposhka does secure a pull down bottom, but yeah, we're checking this mid lane because Quinn, he's getting pretty low. He's got no mana. He's got no TPs coming mid because it's his core dying, not his support player. Right. So he's doing the run back as well. Gonna miss out on a range creep and potentially the catapult here too.
Gadaro wanting to go in again, and does need to deal with this Centaur Conqueror. Had Stomp back up in a second, but couldn't get to it in time. As Laurel makes the move up top, waiting for the rune, and is going to be blessed with the regen. Very nice.
Still can't just get over this Blades of Attack here. I gotta recover. Clap stunned up. Got 2 points in the Ghoul Frenzy and 2 points from the Feast, so it hurts. Oh, whoa, the rotation though.
Oh, that would have been big because he didn't have a point over into Enrage. Or Rage, not Enrage. It's Ursa.
Into Rage.
Into Rage.
Yeah, saved it.
Still get the Lion kill after the fact. So a nice little rotation up there with level 6 on the Snapfire. Wants to get it back on cooldown as quickly as possible. Well, down bottom, Maposhka going for a move. They scan. They know he's over here. Going to block the Ancients as he passes by. And I don't know if they're going to be able to get this in time. I feel like this is easy for Tofu every day of the week.
Yeah, you just got to run. You got no stun. All right, this would be the greatest juke of all time if he had somehow done something there. But now can he survive in time to deny himself to the dragons?
We'll see if he can make it happen. No. I think he was going for an Arctic Burn deny on the creep, or on the rune, but
yeah, true.
Couldn't quite get there.
That would have been very solid there. Sir, I believe Quinn died while we were watching that magic fell. Yeah, that's important.
Wow. Laurel making it happen even without the Mortimer's kisses. What a freaking god.
Yeah, I don't know. He just I see he took a lot of tower shots. And then he got blasted away, so I guess he was going for a dive.
Rough series so far. It is going to be a rune spawn bottom, so that helps out Gaimin Gladiators a little bit, and it's a DD even. So very nice for them there. Although at the moment there haven't been too many stacks built up yet. Collapse wanting to just sort of zone Duraccio out. He's been having a good time on Mr. Collapse.
That is one other thing Mapochka did before falling, was plant a sentry in there, so to slow down some of those stacks for the Templar Assassin. Because you know they're going to be after those. As a TA, it's a Beastmaster. Stacks are definitely valuable. They also, even just having an Enchantress too, there's so many opportunities where you can just like get a free stack from a creep. Just making their way back there. And Laurel is here, smoked up, has the ulti. Who's dying?
For it now. Roar into Rupture on
you gotta hit
Beastmaster. TP's away, but the lift's going to be there. Maposhka, does he end up dying to this? Dropping down somewhat low, but the cookie to force him over the top, and that gets him away. So Maposhka lives, and well, they even kill the Helm of the Dominator creep. Not bad.
And Laurel's calibrating on these ultis right now. I think he missed half of those, and they still got 2 kills.
Oh, I can't do anything there. Yeah, crazy.
All right.
Stun. Hex. Chase. Does have some pretty good damage. Arena and Spear ready. Infest inside of Tofu. Keeps him alive. Now the turn back to the side. Has it ready with a bunch of heroes nearby. They can go for the play. As he comes out, the Spear connects to the tower. Oh, collapse. What a god.
So many for Team Spirit, and they don't have a ward on this tower, so when Tofu runs back in with that infest bonus, he's thinking like, hey, we can just get the stun, move in, get the kill on him fast, right? Like, you're going to infest out, we're going to grab him. And suddenly there's just a Rubik and a Wyvern, and after the kill, Mira is now back stacking as well. You know, Baposha is getting some XP in the lane. He grabs the pull to reset this balance, so it's going to be harder for Duraccio when he returns. And there's a big bank sitting back here to boot. So 7-1 in the kills and lots of gold sitting in the jungles right now for Team Spirit. They're looking a lot better in the early game compared to game 1.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the woes of the Blades of Attack can be forgotten for the moment. And, you know, particularly... I mean, I think the one thing I'm a little bit concerned about for Team Spirit is if they do lose a fight, Quinn could go in there and steal those stacks. And that's where stuff could get very testy. And you can see already Celery making the move over towards this tier 1 tower.
Yeah.
And they're already hunting for some stacks, right? You can see the way they're trying to play this.
You know what's a great spell versus that exact strategy, though, is stealing Psionic Trap.
Yeah.
Because Mira can actually plant some stuff around now and keep an eye on their rotation through. He can get all these little staircases.
That's a good point. Trap. Taking out creep, but immediately enchant. Move it away as Dyrachyo got very low up top. But not gonna end up finding him. Elmira, instead, turned upon, starts to drop dead. Quinn, the haste turn, comes on in and just takes him out.
Just takes him and leaves right after. Meanwhile, Dyrachyo has jumped into an Alpha Wolf here.
Moves forward. The Hex, Quinn nearby, trying to run down Collapse. Oh, not going to be able to get away that time. Dyrachyo cleans up.
Jeez, that was pretty greedy. I guess maybe just not recognizing that the rotation was coming through as well and thought there wouldn't be quite enough damage, but that is no arena for a while. And they had Kisses ready, too, with the Atos, right? Like, I feel like this was a moment where Lara would love to either rotate to Collapse or have Collapse rotate to him, but now Collapse is just going to be like, oh, I got no ulti, I guess I have to farm the whole time. And these stacks are still sitting here. It's not like a crazy amount, but it's stacks nonetheless, and Quinn was even close to heading up there.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think that they're also recognizing there aren't great heroes on Team Spirit to take it. So if Gaimin, they're probably going to have access to those for a while if they get a window to take a fight. So while the early game has looked good for Spirit, there are definitely some questions about what happens now. And if you start losing some of that momentum, where do they go to next?
Well, the good news is that Yadra has a Maelstrom, so he can just do whatever he wants now.
Fair.
Life's just good. He can farm up a Storm. Celery canceled his TP, actually, once he realized that he was going to be just fine versus that Bloodseeker, since he does have the early point. A lot of inches skipping the early untouchable, but just recognizing the value in this one.
Ooh, Quinn, Invis Rune. They saw the Lion, but they didn't see TA. Quinn, a little worried about it. Just going to back out, farm, and looks like they're going to give up this tier 1 tower up top. Oh, just a blow up there on Namira.
Yadro has made his way over to those Ancients, though, and doesn't look like they're going to be contested, so some farm for him. There's still quite a few stacks sitting around waiting for Quinn to make his way over there, too. And Celery is just farming the Radiant jungle. He's taking some of this farm away from these Team Spirit heroes. Laro's going to rotate over and see that his camp's now just gone. At least parts of it. Man, Quinn just culls these so fast.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be quick.
He might get the clear before 14 minutes as well, so you don't have to worry about the subtraction. No, he's not going to get it.
Team Spirit. I mean, they're huddling around mid, kind of. You can see that while these stacks are being taken, they've got 3 heroes that are basically doing nothing. They've kind of just been sitting here for 30 seconds, wanting to push the tower a bit, but things just feel a little bit off for them at the moment.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because Quinn was panicked a little bit. That's why he didn't finish that stack in time. He rotated off to the right, and then he scanned the ramp next to the Ancients. Yeah. He thought they were actually smoking in at him because it was a weird move, the way they just, like, sat mid.
Yeah. Well, tower starts to fall. They're getting closer to finishing this one off. Collapse just finished his Blink Dagger, so that's probably what Team Spirit are waiting for on their timing, and they're going to get it delivered right now, although Celery is sitting right in between him and his Blink Dagger.
He's just
They'll
farming.
see him get it, and, I mean, he's just being annoying. He's just being really annoyed.
He's a menace, man. Like, what can you do?
All right, well, I got you.
Bye.
Did they Winter's Curse? Yep, okay.
Okay.
Celery gives him the tip afterwards. Okay, and then Celery eventually going to go down.
Oh, no, they cursed me and I died. Hey, wait, hold on. Both supports, though, maybe?
Tofu. Oh, gets out.
Oh, is that how much level 1 kisses have fallen? You can TP out of them. I mean, they actually used to be almost like double this damage. They used to be a crazy amount of damage level 1, yeah.
It's like 300 per glob.
Yeah, it was crazy. TP out. Why didn't we think of that?
Well, over the last couple of minutes, Gaimin Gladiators have gained the net worth lead back. They've kind of been jockeying for position there. And another stack being made by Tofu. A pretty good start to this one as Duraccio and Yadro having a bit of a head-to-head here.
Oh, the bots, though. The bots!
Okay. Going inside the siege creep, wants to run away as the lifestealer. The slowdown is there. Duraccio, he doesn't have rage, doesn't have infest, does have the greater healing lotus. Will it be enough? With the armlet toggle, the turnaround, it's not. They don't have it.
The
Clap
blink
shows up onto Quinn right there on top of him. But Quinn turns to fight. He doesn't have any other option right now. In super far, wants to get away. The refraction, it's doing some good work, but eventually Quinn is going to go down. Both cores die.
Ooh, so needed here. Great use of the bots early from Laurel. The aggression. This is what we're hoping for with this draft. They know they got to play things a little bit quicker. And immediately moves down towards Ace, but even with the kisses, they can't find a secure onto him.
Right.
Oh, nicely done, though. Man, I thought that
Wow.
when he jumped in there and tried to go for the grab onto Quinn there with the God's Rebuke, but he still had the refraction, so he blinked right back onto Yadro. I thought Yadro was dead for sure. But he survives. They still clean up Quinn. They need Yadro farming. Like, he should be just shooting up to the top of this chart next. Because the Maelstrom on Bloodseer, you farm so fast. It is insane.
Well, and I mean, they're even getting little things. We saw down there the Helm of the Overlord creep ended up dying. Yadro is just chasing this one down now. Ends up enchanting and taking over some more farm. Celery trying to be as annoying as possible as an edge. But yeah, I'm seeing the way forward here for Team Spirit, particularly if Laurel keeps this type of net worth going. Top of the charts right now, has the Yasha done, and gonna just keep spamming out consistently.
You're just clearing those waves so quickly there. I like the Manta Call. A lot of good stuff that you can use the Manta for in this game, especially if the TA just jumps on top of you.
Ooh, Mira? Oh, they dropped down a sentry though, and it's gonna get roared and immediately brought down. Did have the meld there stolen for a second, but get the roar out of it.
That's Tofu's blink too. Big upgrade for the Lion.
Right.
Has 3 points mana drain, so only the single point in the Hex, but obviously even just 1 point in the Hex is pretty ridiculous. And Ace now picks up the drums too, so his army will be beating things up as they beat their drums. And that tier 2 is looking pretty vulnerable as you start to pressure in with the Helm of the Overlord and drums through that bottom lane.
We saw there too, like, one of the great things about this Duraccio pick on the Lifestealer. He's just such a great answer at all stages of the game for this Mars. You know, if that was almost any other carry at that point, that would have been a kill. But just rages, runs away, doesn't do anything to the Spear or the Atos. But this is, like you said, the timing that Gaimin would be looking for. If they find a couple of pickoffs right now, that would be huge. So they're going to run right into Celery, cliff her, look for more. They want to find Ace, and they hit him with the scan right away onto this Beastmaster. Can they kill him off, though? Ace trying to get away, cookie forward, dead. So they leave the Enchantress to TP back home, but they get the bigger kill.
That was a pretty interesting movement, too, because it was Yadro who actually made the call. So he was in the mid lane, and they all wanted to clear that out, and he drew a line. He actually wanted them to smoke in and hopefully get up towards where Quinn's currently at. And then he wanted to farm out the other direction and maybe set things up for a potential rotation with the boots travel after. I'm sure he's a little disappointed that he had to use the kisses there onto the Beastmaster, because they were probably close to getting without it.
Ooh.
They'd use the curse up top, though. Quick rotation
the
across the
rupture.
map.
Laurel
That
ends up
is
dying
so
for
smart.
it, but Duraccio goes down too.
Ah, clever. Okay, so that's the play, right? You rotate down bottom with the smoke, then come through the twin gates with the supports, because Yadro had pushed the waves up top there. And then they have that free setup of Curse into Silence versus the Lifestealer. And he's not going to have a Dispel for a while.
Yeah.
Obviously, that can be used during a Silence, is what I mean.
Right. Trying to get into the Radiance right now on the Lifestealer, actually.
Yeah.
So after Armlet has that one on the docket. But likewise, as you come to expect from a Beastmaster TA team, Roche on the menu. They're going to get this one basically for free. So A nice little move as it rotated away. Again, Aegis. We'll see what Team Spirit try and get on the rest of the map while this is happening.
They do have the 9-second BKB for Yadro, so don't really want to use that in the Aegis fight, but there's a chance that they overextend, maybe not respecting that early BKB here from Yadro. And the Mjolnir coming out here soon. How good? Shard's not great this game, I guess, for the Bloodseeker, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it's always kind of nice, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's some games where it feels incredible, but this game's
Right.
a little eh.
Yeah. Well, with Aegis, they're going to start pushing down this bottom lane here. And this is really when you're in your element as this draft for Gaimin Gladiators. They have the Radiance done on Lifestealer, got the drums, Helm of the Overlord, TA's stacked out the wazoo, getting towards the Chrysalis next, but Team Spirit willing to fight into them, and they find Tofu off in the
Maposhka,
trees,
though?
able to steal the Hex. Immediately, he gets away. Kisses
Maposhka's like
go out,
20
it's not
gold.
enough.
He's 20 gold from Blink on Maposhka right now. Like, this is... He wants that so bad. All right. Bring it out. Oh, don't die now.
Collapse. Gwen nearby the cookie, but the Doraccio goes for the rage. Slap's still taking a lot of damage. The Cold Embrace not doing enough, but the Winner's Curse, the turn on to Ace. Is this going to be enough to bring him down? Not quite. Ace, 40 HP, but they find him with the snipe. Nice play by Maposhka. Doraccio trying to get onto and kill Yadro, and they do have enough to bring him down. Doraccio, too strong. Everything used, but not enough to kill the heroes that matter. Mira is going to drop 4 dead. That's potentially a Rax.
Oh, that was such a good early fight, man. 22 minutes onto the high ground right now. Tower is just gone. Oh, what a fight, too. Despite the great curse, the beginning of the fight, the way Doraccio and Quinn and Celery, they had this perfect triangular position where there was no good curse from Maposhka. He had to retreat back, wait till he got the blink off the courier, and then he does get a super solid one, but you know, at that point, the fight had already kind of broken down because they had focused Collapse. He'd been pulled back out. They couldn't get this nice setting there from Team Spirit. And, of course, that's all into an Aegis that wasn't even utilized, right? So the fight is just so hard for Team Spirit to calculate.
Man. Yeah, and like we said, it was coming at, like, basically the strongest moment for Gaimin Gladiators. They got all of their core items, and even to some extent luxury items, the Lifestealer Radiance being done. And for Team Spirit, just not quite there yet. And now down to Rax. I mean, it's still an amazing Wyvern game for Curse, has a Blink Dagger up and online, but with a 5k gold lead now, we'll see what Gaimin Gladiators can do. These fights don't feel easy for Team Spirit.
Yep, the curse is back. So that is definitely what they're going to be playing around. There's a Blink BKB now up here for Collapse. Feels bad that you've lost a Rax before you even get your BKB on Mars, but it's here nonetheless. So perhaps he can set up. There's going to be a lot of lurking, I feel like, from Maposhka, because they're very cognizant of this Winner's Curse. They're trying their best to play around it, so he needs the fight to break down a little bit first.
Right.
Oh, they're going to try bait here with the Laurel Snapfire Manta. He's being cute. He's being cute.
Perhaps find Celery. Yadro just dies. Doraccio up on the top side over there while the fight's going on over in mid. So they find Celery, gonna try and bring him down. Do they have enough damage? Dude, this freaking hero, man. Why is this hero a thing? And the Collapse just gets jumped, almost dies instantly. Insult to injury. Celery is the one that lives through it all. Dude, Enchantress is so dumb. Oh, and now they jump for it. They find the Wyvern. Maposhka, Winner's Curse. Take that, Tofu. How dare you come and kill me? Well, Maposhka's going to die nonetheless. The Wyvern, nowhere left to go. It's gobbled up by the Lifestealer. Just like that. 9k gold lead. Gaimin Gladiators, they're all over the place.
But how could they do so much damage and yet get no kills? Curious. Yeah, the Hex into stun set up there, as you can see, though. Bringing down Yadro before things even got started. And what was looking like a pretty good start to this game here, all things clicking for Team Spirit, immediately taken away by the spike. This powerful timing from Gaimin Gladiators jumped upon like you really don't see too often anymore. Like, it feels like teams don't need to hit a timing as hard as they kind of did in this game for Gaimin Gladiators because of this tricore. Nice.
It's inside. Easy peasy to escape. And not really a great answer after the fact. Lifestealer all the way back up at full HP yet again. Ready for a jump if they want it. My goodness. I mean, and again, Team Spirit's early game looked great. And we kind of talked about some of the issues that Gaimin Gladiators draft had. They couldn't get much done until, you know, the Ace was online, until Tofu got his Blink Dagger, and then they just got those items and they did it. Celery made so much happen in the early game.
Yeah, unfortunately, they have not found similar timings with the items on Team Spirit. You know, there
Right.
was no like dramatic blink reveal really for Collapse or even a BKB. I mean, he's had this for so long, still hasn't had a good opportunity yet to use it. What can they do? Yadro is about to be level 18 here with 7 XP, so that's a bit of a bonus here for them. You can find
Rachio.
that XP.
He's the one that gets the shards. Now they have open wounds.
Yeah, I noticed
Okay.
he was very poor for a while. He's second now. He was the lowest core in the game before he got that Radiance.
Interesting. Well, gets the nice little boost up. And Gaimin Gladiators, after taking a lane of Rax, likely looking for a pick here if they want. No need to sort of press the gas pedal down yet if they don't want to, but can go for these smoke type of plays, try and catch somebody out of the base. And Yadro is out of the base. So too is Miposhka. The Hawk right on top of him sees Yadro. Looking for a jump with Quinn. A nice surprise. Tofu goes right on top of the spear. It connects only onto one. It was on the Quinn too, actually. So two of them. BKB out. Turns. Tries to do what damage they can. Quinn in trouble.
the heal.
Quinn dead. Tofu gone too. Okay, they buy back on the Rubik. Now Celery trying to do what damage he can. Forcing out the hits onto Yadro. Almost takes him down. Oh my god, freaking Celery. Get out of here. You should die. You should be dead. This hero's not fair. And finally, Yadro gets the triple kill. So a great fight for Team Spirit and not even needing to use the curse.
That was scary. It was pretty close, though. Yadro almost went down near the beginning of that fight. Great save from Collapse, but Yadro gets nice and low, but then the heals start kicking in. Gets a couple of finishes there, right next to those opponents, so the Thirst gets him back up, keeps him fighting. And despite being down so much, it takes one Rubik buyback, and they just get right back into this. That was almost a 5k gold swing.
Yeah.
Are scanning.
Plus all the farm time they're getting right now.
Yeah. And, I mean, we've talked about how good these heroes can get if they can get to the farm, if they can get to their levels. See if it can happen. This one does not feel nearly as one-sided as the last game.
Did for a second there, though.
Yeah, for a second.
For a second there, it's kind of rough. Well, that was, of course, the last time they had the big win was over spikes of some big items here, and one of those items is now gone. We've lost the Radiance. It's been converted here.
Okay.
So we have the Nullifier, and then the eventual build into the Halberd after. See if they can get a finish on someone utilizing that. And level 20 already on this Bloodseeker, as he was struggling to get level 18 just a moment ago. So he's got the 15% spell lifesteal talent, and he's looking towards the Aghanims, the Blood Mist.
It's spooky, man. That thing is... It's kind of a crazy how good that ability is.
It's a weird one.
I don't know. Definitely.
Dire are scanning.
I feel like with all of the, you know, just summons that are going to be sitting around and stuff, it's going to have, like, a lot of value. Definitely. Particularly with the spell life steal.
Yeah, it's a strange one.
So
I just
we'll
like
see
the
what happens.
description.
Yeah.
You know, what was it? Bloodseeker sprays his blood continuously in the area around him. That's hardcore. You know,
Yeah.
that's the most hardcore ability in Dota.
It's pretty gnarly. You would love to have that right now because they are getting ready for a Roche fight, and they're just not going to get there in time. It's just going to be a couple seconds too late. Do they try and take the fight after? It's a tough one to ask for. And looks like they're just going to back out. All right. Well, they will have the Blood Mist back up again, but now another Aegis in hand for Gaimin Gladiators. Of course, handed over to, again, Quinn. I don't know if this is going to make Gaimin Gladiators feel comfortable going high ground, though, to be honest.
This is quite the play here. Yeah, they came up here pretty early with this infest.
Thought about it. Still thinking about it.
He's whipping. Don't go in. Don't go in. They're all there, bud.
Interesting.
A big crew.
Oh, Blood Mist delivered. As Tofu going to drop Dyrachyo out of him. We'll see what they decide to do with this Aegis. But buying time as Spirit, you gotta feel more and more happy as this game goes later, I feel like. At least to some extent.
Well, considering it was looking like they were just going to get walked down, yeah. I think, you lose the racks that fast, you start getting pretty concerned.
Right. Of course, that later timing you saw right there as well. The level 20 for Snapfire with the Little Shredder with Mantodon on top of Gleipnir. There could be some other really big windows coming out when they get those higher level talents on for Laurel. But you got to get there. It's the tough part. Guess
What do you think
they probably
it's,
start giving wisdom runes to her.
Yeah. What do you think is the best steal for Mira? Do you think it's just Hex? Maybe Roar?
Roar's pretty height. Actually, I think Infest goes pretty hard. Sounds good.
Yeah, get a big save.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a 1,200 health bonus at this point. That could be crazy. If you actually infest Yadro, that would be a crazy save.
Yeah.
All right, that's what I want to see.
Problem is, then you don't initiate. So it's like, do you want it for the initiate, or how do you want it? All right, Hawk in the area. They see Yadro. Dyrachyo chasing. Keeping eyes close on him. Collapse, backs away. Dyrachyo there. Blinks before he gets too close. And yeah, it's just an open wound steal. Open wounds is also amazing with Bloodseeker, actually. That's kind of cool.
True.
I have to keep so many interactions in my head.
Yeah, you got it. I believe in you.
Thank you. All right, well,
Boots bearing for Ace
Yeah.
soon. That's pretty solid.
I mean, this does just sort of feel like the state of the game at the moment and of Dota in a way. Is you just sit outside the base, wait for them to step too far forward. Gaimin Gladiators is not wanting to sort of push their tempo. They're content just farming up for the moment. But can Spirit find a pickoff here? They step a little bit outside. They don't have TA nearby. Yadro goes for the Rupture. The chase is on. Blood Mist out. Celery, he's going to die. So with the rest of the team a little ways away and farming out across the map, Team Spirit find themselves a pickoff.
Celery maybe testing his limits a bit too much there.
Can I tell you something?
Please.
So casters aren't supposed to be biased, but I want Spirit to punish this style of Dota because everybody does it, and I feel like there's windows where you can pick people off. We need to incentivize people taking risks. That's what's got to happen.
All right. I'm down. I can get an agreement on that one. I think that that was one thing, like last game, they actually pressured a little bit more than I even would have anticipated in some moments, but then we did eventually hit the cycle of just getting Aegis, sitting outside, waiting for the next Aegis. There's a punishing item, though. You want pickoffs? You grab a Scythe. No refreshers anymore for Mars. A bit too tough to swing, the old Blink BKB refresher. He's going to grab a Scythe first. That's going to help you out. Comes that mana. Then he'll get the refresher.
Right. Okay. I like it. Yeah, I think that sounds pretty cool. Is that just Mira using open wounds randomly? That's what that sound was.
Yes, it was indeed.
Well, we will see how this goes. As it is a interesting next couple of minutes here. I think, as far as how they want to play the map. Since there is no Aegis in hand, they have to play further back. It gives Team Spirit more opportunities. I will say that Dyrachyo probably is going to just become like this pretty scary hero to deal with. After getting that Radiance to disassemble into the Nullifier Halberd, feels like he answers a lot of the stuff, and he showed this turnaround. Yadoro tries to punch into him, not doing all that much. Collapse now. This was a Team Spirit initiation, and it's not really working out for him.
Did he cite the creep?
Yeah, that might have been what that was.
I assume that must be what happened, right?
And Miposhka. Ooh, cookie to the low ground. Okay, lift to get him away, and the blink out. So Miposhka able to live that time. Now, a little scythe on a creep action, not great.
That's my only explanation there. Because I see blink, I see scythe used, I see no death.
Cookie. Gwen, force back with collapse. Already dead. Dyrachyo eats the cheese. They're onto him again. It's the full set of racks. My goodness.
The racks, yeah. By the time the racks went this game, it was just gone. Like, there was just no conversation, just immediately vanishing.
They do punish mistakes so quickly. I mean, I guess this is the thing, right? This lineup just takes building so rapidly that they can just sit back and wait for a mistake.
Bro, guys, how are so many of you in chat falling for the Sold Radiance meme? Guys, come on. This is like the 20th game it's happened. They're just joking, guys. They actually know. The amount of people that fall for the bait. He didn't sell it. He disassembled it.
Trent,
like, chat, there's no delay right now. I gotta let them know. I can't see. I just opened chat for the first time all game, and I just see so many people taking the bait. Guys, selling Radiance paid off huge.
Oh, look at this Laurel. Get it, Mira. He's gonna get caught right at the start, and Tofu tries to get out of there. Okay, wait a minute now. No creeps to worry about that time. Kills off the Lion very rapidly. So it comes at the cost of the Rubik. I think they got their gem back as well. They're good to go. Damn, you're just roasting a bunch of people. Unbelievable. So 38 minutes now. A 15,000 gold lead. Collapse eyeing up that refresher next.
It's coming. Oh my.
Can they do it?
That's the question.
Miposhka. Well, that feels quite... Oh, wait a minute! How does it feel? Celery just yelled at him. Fusroda to death, but Celery did get brought down by him from the grave.
He got
874 gold from Miposhka. Oh
yeah, he just got clapped by Quinn. That's just a smack down. That's gotta feel good, you know? Beating up your captain like that. I'm sorry, I can't help it. Cursed me. 30 seconds here.
Quote unquote.
Yeah, literally. Alright, it's going to be Radiant side. They're already prepped down here. Yadro and Collapse hanging out in the zone. They need to get some vision down here. That would be great. But all three cores for Team Spirit are nearby. So if they were to be there at 40 minutes as Roche comes through, this is looking pretty good. Unfortunately, they have versus the Beastmaster. So the Hawk will be out here pretty soon, I'm sure. From A, he's probably going to send the next one. He had the right idea with the Hawk he just sent. Kind of heading down to this zone as to where they were just farming. He's actually going to spot Mira with it.
Okay.
So, let's see here. Yeah, they are prepped for Roche to come through here. Yadoro's going to get bopped, though. He stands right there. Oh, here we go.
Quick and easy. Tofu gone.
The Hexer gets hexed.
Yeah. Roche is coming through.
Look
now,
out,
Dyrachyo is on the... Dyrachyo is on the other side. I think that they just get this. Yeah. Wow, this is huge. This is Aghanim Scepter Roche. Dude, this is such a big pickup for Team Spirit.
Yeah, they were ready. They were sitting here prepped. They understood. They've been down here for a while with the Tricore, so they missed out on a little bit of farming opportunities between Yadro, Collapse, and Laurel, but they sat there, and getting this Aghanims, like, who do they give it to? They don't have to decide too fast. They pass it over to Collapse. He's taking it, yeah, the Bulwark.
Interesting. How much do you rate this? Because this is one that's always felt very strange to me. Getting the two little guys, though. But it does, like, I mean, I guess help burn through Refraction?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, the haste rune on Celery gets away.
It's not what I would have expected. Obviously, it is it's a pretty crazy Bulwark game.
Right.
So that's pretty cool. Like, it was already solid in terms of the defensive capabilities, but it is sort of like a clumpy thing, right? So he's going to have a lot of these soldiers. They're in there, they're attacking, they're slowing, they're doing their thing versus Lifestealer, maybe Beastmaster the units, and a TA. Rubik would have been tempting, but it puts a lot of pressure on Mira. It's like, it's less likely to succeed, but it could probably have a higher ceiling.
Right.
If he hits some crazy multiple steals and multiple spells, but I would say the Mars Eggs is a little bit more likely to have an impact.
I think the thing that's interesting about this to me is there is an idea of like,
oh,
wait a minute,
they got him this
big.
time.
This is big. Look at him gone. Oh man, Laurel level 20, dude. Team Spirit, that Roche, it gave Collapse the confidence
That's right.
to hit that immediate hex.
He fixed his sensitivity. You know, he forgot. He was playing a little bit of CS earlier. You know, he was flicking.
Yeah.
He changed
There
the
you go.
sensitivity. Now it's on the right one. Do you see that flick? That's called a scythe flick. All right, just gone. No creeps.
Dude, if Collapse gets into this refresher, it is going to be a huge problem for Gaimin Gladiators. Because, I mean, the Bulwark's going to rip through it. Laurel's hitting hard. Team Spirit, they might have crossed the boundary here.
Well, one thing that I didn't like about his Ags, too, was, like, he's lacking damage with his build, but he has the Penta Edge. I didn't notice, so that's pretty cool. That's a lot of bonus damage to the Ags.
Oh my god, just go high ground. Wait,
And
Collapse isn't even with them. Trying to get the most possible done.
There
Refresher.
it is.
He's ready. At the moment, now they could go onto Duraccio. Duraccio does not know about this. Does have a Hex, though.
It's time,
They
it's
jump
time.
in, find him, they get him. Is it going to be enough, though? Duraccio, he gets the range off in the roar, the turn. Oh, but the save, the stolen roar. Okay, Rubik coming in for the save and the big ol' hit. Tofu too late with the stun. Oh my god,
give
Gaimin
it up.
Gladiators in trouble, and now they're on top of him. The curse, the kisses, it's falling apart so quickly. Gaimin Gladiators just lost everything.
Duraccio?
Collapse, he doesn't have mana, he needs more mana for the refresher,
GG?
but Celery goes crazy. Is it going to be enough with both of them gone? I think they have it. Oh my god, he pops it, the refresher out, the Hex, they're on to him. He changed over the cheese so we can get the mana for it, and now
Celery's
Quinn's
cleaning
starting to
up.
fall, but the BKB, Celery is doing a ton of damage, trying to take him out, trying to get out of there. Laurel brings him solo, it's enough to kill Celery. Celery buys back Quinn, able to get the blink away. Mira, the roar, he has it back up again! With the save, they have some more save, and the mana drain, the back away. Team Spirit, they have 80 seconds with no life stealer. How much can they get done? They
Celery.
lose Mira to the side. Celery is
They have Silver Edge again.
absolutely spamming.
That's what killed him last time.
Laurel has to get away on Celery. But Buildings, they want to go for more. Yadro, he's not done. He goes in onto one. He goes in onto two. They find them both dead. Buyback comes out from the TA. They throw a spear, try to get Tofu, not going to get it. All right, Quinn, he's got all these refraction instances, but Team Spirit, they want to end this game right now. Another glyph use, Collapse, tanking through this. How quickly things have turned around for Team Spirit. This is how they won TI. As they move in, Quinn continues to hit away. 3 heroes up, 3v5. Laurel needs a couple more cycles of this little shredder. They set their sights onto the throne. Collapse, he's solo. Ace is right on top of him to the roar. Gaimin Gladiators, they take down the Rubik. Can they find more? Yadro, he doesn't have help. Ace moves on in. Laurel is there. A couple more hits. They take him down. No more Ace. The Bulwark, it's doing good work, but Tofu getting the connections. Tofu and Quinn, the combo, it's there. But the mass buybacks, Tofu surviving through it, but it's not going to be enough. It's Quinn and Ace versus the world. The rupture is there. Quinn does not have buyback. Quinn is in trouble. Quinn trying to back away, but there is nowhere to go. Duracchio's now back up. Laurel has gotten so many levels in the last couple of minutes. Are they finally going to call it off? With Duracchio respawning, they can't do any more.
And they only got one lane. They went all in.
God.
Dude, so
Gaimin
much.
Gladiators, they hold. How do you hold that?
Yeah. Supports went nutty. Quinn Out was just being Quinn Out. He got some hits, I gotta say. Considering there was a butterfly in there, I feel like he did pretty well in terms of the accuracy. Because, like, that is a scary Bloodseeker to try and bring down. Dude, the Silver Edge usage and the purchase there from Laurel just did so much work. Like, Celery was in serious, like, he almost wiped them that first time.
Oh. Dude, are they going to go for this? Are they just going all in? Wait, there's no way. There's no way.
Is this Boston Major? Maybe next time?
There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. There might be a way. They don't have a glyph.
Dude, they're just smoking.
Oh my god, they're going to do it. They're going to do it. They're going to do it. Oh, Celery. Gotta be careful there, buddy. They need creeps in the base, though. The DD on collapse. It's running low.
Refresher sight.
This is a bold move. They go for it. Rin immediately. Celery gone. Oh
Go
my
for the
god,
building.
trying to end the game. They're trying to do it. Refresher, they find him. Ace, he's in trouble. BKB walk away. They can't get on top of him. Collapse looks for it. The damage coming in from Laurel. They just want to end this game. Try to take out heroes where they can. Ace dodging, ducking, but nowhere left to go. Duracchio trying to hold on to the throne. Can they kill him off? They waited for all their buddies to be back up, and now going for the Ancient. Team Spirit trying to end this game. They catch him. Tofu desperately trying to hold on. Do they have enough damage? They hit heroes hard, but GG is called. Team Spirit managed to sneak one out. What a freaking crazy 10 minutes.
I think that says it all from Collapse. The only one surprised here is you. Never a doubt in his mind. He was like, the second I start hitting these hexes, this game is over. All right. That creep,
Dude.
that was a practice round.
Exactly. We started from the blades of attack and we ended here. What a wild ride of a game. Oh, here we go. This is it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so he put it down so that way he could get it from his courier so that he wouldn't lose it. Oh, God.
I mean, I can see the logic, right? It kind of looks like you're going to get that first, and Maposhka was there, but Maposhka was going back to pull. It just didn't quite work. It was almost a sweet play, and then it very quickly turned. It was very EE 50-50-esque.
Gotta pay our respects to those that are dead.
Yo, shout-outs to Mira and these steals. The roar at the end of the game, like, whew, that went completely nuts here. Is this where it all began? This is where it all began. Down, what, 8K is that? Yeah, around 8K. Started getting these fights. Man, what a turnaround in this game from Collapse and that Hex. It did everything. It started everything back up. Oh, that too. That curse.
Dude,
that was great.
With like 4 minutes to go, 4 minutes till the end of the game, I mean, they were up, how much is this? 15,000 gold at 42 minutes? Gaimin Gladiators were? It was like a 20k gold swing over the course of, I think, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That's insane.
All because they prepped for that bottom Roche and really controlled that space, dedicated themselves to it. The Ags on Mars was great with the Penta Edge Sword. It did. I'm sure if you go back and look at the damage, I guess I can literally check right now because he got it right at that Roche. Does it actually? Oh, it doesn't show individually how much damage it did. Damn.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, that'd be very useful to know. But it did work.
Wow. Crazy. Absolutely insane. Definitely the type of game that I was anticipating Gaimin Gladiators was just going to close it out, easy peasy, but this is a lesson. This is a lesson to everybody. When you take chances, when you put yourself out there on the map, when you don't just AFK farm for like 30 minutes, good things can happen. I like to see this from Team Spirit.
What if they just
Surely
AFK
that's
farmed harder?
You know, maybe.
would that have given Gladiators the win?
Maybe. There's a
Were
chance.
they too bold?
Listen,
Shoutouts.
Go for it.
Shoutouts to late Wyvern picks. That was
Mm.
pretty god tier. That was nice. It was a great Wyvern game. The kisses were great. The curses were great rather. And then the use of the cold embrace. The only person who could really cut through it was Celery because he's just like
Right.
lobbing these pure damage impetuses. But when he was actually pushed back, because there were a couple times where there would be this big save and they had to like drive back Celery, but it worked and got people back up and running, and they were able to really enable Yadro in the late game with these saves too. So very well done.
Well, while you correctly pointed out that Gaimin Gladiators probably could have just done that, I'm going to choose just to confirm my own biases and not learn a thing. And we're just going to get ready for our next series. So we're going to get ready for that one in just a bit. It's going to be Aster versus Liquid, a good